some of the most incredible things, some of the funniest things you've ever seen in your life. I mean, and all you can do is laugh when you get in that situation. And I suspect Bart will provide a few of those moments when the time comes, and I hope I do too.
I can see it. Can you see it, Bart?
No, not right now.
Come on, that's way too far out for Bart. Bart should not think about that.
Well, yeah. I'm just talking about you and dealing with people. And get out of my room.
Well, I mean, look, nobody wants to be invaded.
There will always be.
Well, the good part is
Shells.
you can say those things at that age and completely get away with it. I mean, completely get away with it.
Can you imagine Bart having a podcast in '86 and completely saying whatever he wants?
The whole world's going to hell in a handbasket.
Whatever he wants to say, totally, kind of like the show, but you just another level.
Yeah,
just on another level. The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for The Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Man, when I got home from work, you wouldn't believe this. My wife said, I heard you call the show this morning. So whoever that is, I imagine it's a co-worker of hers. If you happen to be listening right now, let's just keep this between us,
The Chuck and Bo Show.
you're just talking. You're just talking.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
Cheats, steals.
He's a real talk show host.
Live from the Warfield Distillery Studios, Idaho's most awarded distillery.
Let it out.
Let it out.
Let it rip.
Let it go.
If you're a Hawk fan, be a Hawk fan.
Hey, Bo, you're wrong.
Come in at your own risk. Nobody's safe in here.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I'm just going to say it. Somebody's got to do something about this heat. Stuff's getting out of hand. I don't know if one of you guys has a direct pipeline,
to Mother Nature.
Yeah, I don't know if you got a direct pipeline or good at a rain dance or whatever, but I mean, something's got to give on this. It was 105 in Fayetteville yesterday. That never happened.
Hottest day in 15 years.
Yes.
In Northwest Arkansas.
Yes.
Yesterday.
Really?
And for most of the state, yeah.
15 years.
I had
15,
forgotten
2011.
in 2011 that it was like super hot.
110 was
Yeah.
the all-time record.
Yeah, that's hot.
That's real hot.
Where were you 10 years ago? Sweating?
Yeah.
Where were you sweating?
Well, this was
In this room. this very room.
This room?
this was in the Petrino era, so whatever he had on the list that day, that's what I was doing. I don't recall.
No, 10 years ago or 15 years
15
ago?
years ago.
15 years
15 years ago, 2011. It was hot. It was hot yesterday. It was brutal. Horrible. But
That was when we did the afternoon show. And the thing about buildings is, in the hottest part of the
Yes.
day, where's the sun beaming on
that's
the building?
right. That's right.
And you can move around in a building, and you can't shake it if you're stuck in that office or that studio.
Particularly if
Can't-
you're upstairs,
Yeah.
Because
Well,
the
we
heat
are.
rises in the after. It's very comfortable right now, but it won't be here in a little
Let
while.
me offer a plunge pull from Burton Pools and Spas.
That would be good.
It's Plunge Pull Thursday on the Chuck and Bo
That's
Show.
true.
Yeah. So maybe doesn't that sound great right now?
I saw where Sunday it's going to be a fall-like 94. Wow. So the temperature's going to drop. I mean, you think about it. 94 sounds awful. That's 11
No.
degrees cooler than it
No,
was
it sounds
yesterday.
good.
That's 11 degrees cooler than it was yesterday.
When you start looking at the hourly forecast,
I know.
and you see 94, you see hope.
Yes, you see fall. It's right around the corner. It's going to be in the 80s before we know it.
Really, and that was hot. Like several
know.
weeks
I
ago,
know.
that felt like
I
it was
know.
hot. Now that's a breeze.
We are in the. This is August weather right now. It's brutal.
It is hot, and it is. It's not comfortable. It's just not comfortable. We're uncomfortable. Let's go. What are you going to do when you're uncomfortable in life?
Do you
You got to
prefer?
embrace the discomfort.
Are you guys like? I don't mind the cold. I don't mind the heat. Which one are you?
Well, for me, it's. I think it's harder to cool down than it is to warm up.
I agree.
Now, that's not always the case. When you get in brutally cold temperatures, I mentioned
I avoid those areas.
being at the Penn State SMU college football playoff game in Happy Valley. You know,
Outside,
2 years ago.
sounds horrible.
Bro, it was like there are no coolers for tailgating. I mean, people are just carrying around the case of beer that you would get at the store.
Just leave it out.
Well, yeah, you just sit it out.
And it's cold enough.
Nobody's got a cooler. It's opposite. How do you keep your hot chocolate, your coffee, your toddy warm?
See, I would not be there. There's just no way. I would rather it be 105 like it was yesterday than that type of cold. I just can't deal with that type cold
But
anymore.
theoretically, like at home, you can warm up. You can put a hoodie on.
That's right.
You can put blankets
That's
on,
right.
whatever. But out in the elements, sometimes it's just as hard to get warm
It's
as
the
it
wind.
is cold.
It's the wind.
Yeah.
If it's windy.
When it
It's
just
also-
cuts right through you.
It's a lot easier for it to like warm your building or warm your house up than it is to cool it down when it's this.
I don't know. I turned my AC down yesterday, and it got pretty cool. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well,
You don't use your AC very often.
Not the way that, some people do.
Yeah.
But I think it was,
what's your
You
AC
have the-
set
it
on?
was all the way down to 72 yesterday.
my
For crying out loud.
Oh,
I mean,
my
so we were
goodness.
playing freeze out in there.
When an HVAC unit goes into Chuck's house, it's a lifetime unit.
Oh, absolutely. Hey,
Some of us wear that thing out.
my
Not
house
Chuck.
is where HVAC units go to,
Extend their lives.
It's like heaven.
You
to
can't
them.
stand being cold. You
No,
can deal as much
no.
as you don't like the heat. You can handle it.
I would like I say I would rather. I didn't like yesterday. It was too hot, but I would do that as opposed to like 5 below.
Let's talk about the people that are working in it.
Yeah.
There's the roofers. Like, think about being a roofer. Wow. And tip of the cap to you guys. Thanks for putting roofs on our houses and fighting through the HVAC companies like Pascal that are out
Oh,
there
they're up in
climbing
the
around
attic?
in an attic.
Hey, if they've
I mean,
got a
think
job
about
right
that.
now, I would want to be there right now. Like, yeah, I'll come fix your AC, but I'm coming at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Or 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
Like, I'll
and-
work overnight.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get up.
We'll get the
And-
lights up.
That's right.
I'm sorry.
No,
But we
that
want to
is-
have that thing. You know what we want? We want to have that thing working when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Sorry if you can't sleep tonight.
That's right.
But don't you want to be cool tomorrow?
Yeah.
We'll be there all night.
I would say, come on.
Yeah, I would say bring
Just
it.
pass it
Bar,
off.
what if they'd said
Doing
that
it.
to you when your AC was messed
Come
up
on.
on vacation? They said,
Come
we
on,
can only
baby.
come at 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's great.
Bart's like,
Come
listen,
on.
if you guys need in the house or whatever, take a nap. I mean, we'll have a sleepover.
That's right.
We can work in shifts. Whatever you guys, I'll make breakfast. Whatever you guys need.
Did you see where the football team's been sleeping over?
Yeah.
At the
They started that for
start
like,
of camp. I don't know if they're
started-
still doing it.
it's akin to getting the crazy haircuts.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
there is a part of that that's a bonding experience.
We should have done that when we started the show. I was thinking that yesterday. I was thinking when we started the show, we should have all just slept here for this first couple of weeks.
We've gotten away
Wouldn't
from
that have been great?
Yes, we've gotten away from team and community. in
That's
this country.
right. Yeah, you're
We need
right.
to breathe the same air,
Need a
spend
good
some time
sleepover.
together. Yes.
God, would that just not be a living hell? I mean, all of us having a sleepover up there. I mean, I love you guys, seriously. But wouldn't that be awful?
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine Bart? I mean, seriously. Or me. Or you. It would just be, ooh.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
No, yeah, you do know.
You get up, you get up, and you get up. You walk around the corner, and Chuck's walking down the hall in his underwear. He's just
I'm going to be up
you're
2 or
on
3
one
times.
end of the hall, and he's on the other end of the hall.
Guaranteed to that.
You're just like, and do you speak? It's like being in the elevator. Do you say anything?
No.
Yeah.
No,
You just
absolutely
kind
not.
of put your head down and move on into your room. Just kind of dive into a closet somewhere.
Give the head nod.
Yeah.
Go sleep in your car.
It's even weird sometimes staying in the same house with other people.
It is. That is fun.
Forget a hotel
Yes,
room.
yes.
You
yeah.
get used to your personal space.
What if I get you a hotel room?
Yeah,
I mean, a
yeah.
nice one.
Don't you have 3 extra bedrooms at your house?
Yeah,
Well,
but-
but I'm still moving
Something
in.
about a hotel room, man.
You've been in that house for 6 years.
It just makes
Well,
it seem like a vacation when you
it's
stay in a
funny,
hotel.
funny thing, I've kind of turned it into 3 offices.
Yeah, that's right.
One for each
I've got
business.
3 junk rooms.
One of them's a storage room, and then I've
right.
got 2 offices,
Yeah.
and then
There's really not a spot.
I've got a small zoo in the other room. There's a lot of
I
animals
built
in
a
there.
That's
theater.
right.
I built
I just-
an in-house
yeah.
theater.
Well, I'll sleep on your couch. You know, the couch is. I'm getting a new couch tomorrow.
Yeah,
it's
it's
coming
gone.
in.
It's
I don't
actually
even have
gone.
one there right now.
That's right.
In fact, while you're here, why don't we just meet out and stuff for like meals, and I'll meet you at the coffee
Yeah,
shop.
my kitchen's in
just have a-
repair. You know, I'm getting a new stove. So
We've all used those.
How do you feel about your personal space on the Chuck and Bo Show today? 877-377-6963. Now, we don't need to ride together.
I'll meet you there.
Let's all take our own cars.
It's just-
Somebody might want to leave early, like all of us.
how many guys are there? 3. How many parking spots do you need? 3.
3.
Really? Y'all need 3 parking spots?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't ask questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do actually. I mean, it's just trust me, it works better that way. If we all get 3 get in the car, we might not all make it there, and we all 3 need to be there.
No, we do.
So we need to be in 3 parking passes, 3 different vehicles. Thank you very much.
That's how it
The
works.
sleepover. How long did that? Sutton Smith's a veteran. Is this
think
his 5th year of college football? I think it is. And so he's like he participated. The Razorbacks, some of them, it started with Braylon Russell and some running backs. They slept over in the facility for like 8 or 9 days or something. The first days of training camp. Which, by the way, these are no picnic kind of days. Old timers would say, "Oh, it's not 2-a-days," but they're not picnic kind of days. I mean, you can't wait to get home and get in your bed after these days they have.
I'm sure that's true.
And they're sleeping on like air mattresses and stuff like
They're kids.
they're at
man.
camp.
They're kids.
But Sutton Smith, he's older. He's a 5th year guy.
He's a 5th year guy. He had an injury redshirt year.
And he's all in. Like when you talk to him, great young man. You love his demeanor, what he's about, all these things. But he's also too intelligent to say, I'm doing that for 8 or 9 days. He's like, after one night, he was like, all right, I put my time in. with
That's
you
right.
guys.
I'm a vet.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I'm a vet.
Yeah. I'll bring something, in the morning from my house.
I think he's the one that figured it out. I mean, a night or two's okay, but
People do this though. They have
I know they
retreats
do.
like work
I
retreats.
know they do.
And
I
they
know.
Get everybody.
I've
Would you
been
do
on
that?
it.
Would you be up for that if we just got like an Airbnb somewhere, on the lake or whatever? We can go down to Heber Springs and we can get everybody to that way it's far enough away from home where we're forced to spend some time together, and we're in an air and you can't just preferably a place that doesn't have an Uber. So we're all just
it just
stuck.
gets worse with every sentence. It just gets worse.
team
sound
team
great.
building.
Yeah.
We're team building.
What if I get my own Airbnb? like
Nearby.
about 20 miles away.
I drive my own vehicle.
I'm gonna drive my
No,
own
we're
car.
taking a van.
Can I zoom in? We do
Exactly.
teams. Is this a teams meeting?
Yeah, that's right.
You said team building. Are you sure you didn't mean teams building?
Where's Chuck? Why is he not in the
He's still
van?
trying to get on teams.
Why is he not in the van with everybody else? Well, some stuff came up.
something came
His emergencies, and we had to just. Well, he's going to meet us here.
Yeah,
It turns
Maybe.
out. Well, it turns out he got confused on the address, and he's staying down the street.
that's right.
But people do this. When's the last time you had a sleepover?
Well, now, you mean like a team exercise?
No, like you said to some buddies, hey,
Oh.
why don't we just stay at my place? You know what? We'll go out. We'll have dinner. We'll get an Uber. Nobody has to worry about driving. We'll just all stay at my place.
well, if you
You're not talking about people coming from like out of town to visit and staying at your house. You're talking like a planned, like, hey, this is a sleepover situation.
Yeah.
You mean like if you go with your friends, like on a weekend, we're going to
Yeah,
a
yeah.
cabin, we're going fishing, something like that.
Well, that's
Does
different.
that
I mean,
constitute as-
there's all variations of it. Bart's got one. You got friends coming into town. Like Bart's a single guy, so let's say he's got 3 single buddies coming in
Yeah.
from different places.
All right.
And Bart goes up there and he picks them all up at
Got
the
a
airport.
bro weekend.
Everybody piles in,
Yeah.
and they're staying at Bart. 4 guys at Bart's
Yeah.
place. That'd be a sleepover.
That would constitute a sleepover. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Some people, it's no big deal. Like you live in the city, or you work in the city, like in Manhattan, and you commute to get to work, and you work with Chuck, and every once in a while it's like, man, it's late night. Chuck, can I just stay at your house tonight?
No. Well, how about if I just get you a hotel room?
Chuck's got all kinds of hotel
Oh,
points
yeah, that's right.
from booking for friends that we're going to stay at his
And
house.
even if I'm out of points, I mean, what if I get you a hotel room? Seriously.
Well, hopefully it pays off for those guys.
I hope so, too. I'm joking. And
We're not doing any team
well,
building around
look,
here.
when you're
but hopefully it
21 or
works out for those
22,
guys.
things like that are fun. When you're our age, it's like it's not fun anymore. But for them, that's great.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
By the way, it's kind of stuck on my computer here. I was scrolling before the show, looking for whatever's going on that we don't maybe already know about. And there's Darius Acuff just tearing up some deal. I don't know what this thing is called, but it's just I just keep watching the highlights over and over and over again. And it's some summer like pickup deal, or I mean, there's a bunch of people there. But one of the posts, there's several different posts I saw about it, and one of them says something to the effect of Darius Acuff is destined for Rookie of the Year. That's the first positive thing that I've seen from a reporting standpoint on him in a while.
It's not that they're necessarily negative about him. It's just they don't even mention him. I was reading that an article on ESPN about who's going to be the new face of the NBA, who's going to be the top rookie, who's going to have the biggest impact, and there's like all those other guys taken right before him, but no Acuff. I think he's like the third or fourth pick on steal of the draft. That's the only mention that I even saw, and I'm like, you guys are missing out. I mean, you're really missing. I don't know if he's going to be the Rookie of the Year or not because, the Kings are an afterthought for a lot of people, and I don't know if he's going to win the Rookie of the Year award, but I wouldn't trade him for anybody.
Bart, what's Rico Hines? Darius Acuff Jr. was cooking at Rico Hines runs. It's like pro guys getting together and playing pickup.
Rico Hines is like a coach. I think they play at UCLA. I think
some
that's
sort
where
of clinic or something.
I think that's where those games happen. It's just pickup games with NBA guys.
West Coast Rucker Park.
Hey, by the way, we had the experience last year of NBA players coming back to play in college. Now we've got the reverse of that, or the same of that.
Got a whole squad of Charles
college.
Bediakos.
Yeah, and Arkansas has signed one of those guys that got cut from a minicamp. And now guys who have actually played in preseason NFL games are signing with schools.
There are 3 guys right now. There was another ruling yesterday, and it involved specifically 16 players, all of whom at some point have been under contract with NFL teams. 3 of them are still under contract. Now, most of them have been cut. But there are 3 players right now who are still under contract that, by the ruling that was issued, temporary restraining order down in Louisiana yesterday, they're all back in. So, and a couple of them started at Ole Miss, if I'm not mistaken. So, this is it's coming.
We're going to see more.
Yeah.
You got till 10 days or drop day, after school starts. For Arkansas, that's the 27th. For some schools, it's later. We'll get into this a little bit. Guess what? Bart has some things to say about it.
Hey, let me also mention as we get started, Bart is a social media sensation. I mean, the word on the street is his top 25 is a conversation starter. Yeah. Am I right, Bart?
It has definitely started some conversation.
Started a fire.
Generated some.
It suffices to say that
Suffice it.
Oklahoma fans, Tennessee fans, not particularly thrilled.
You said bring it on, don't you?
Yeah.
Can we talk about suffice it?
Yeah. Suffice?
Is it suffice it?
Well, it suffices.
It suffices.
If
is what I said.
yeah.
It
He said
suffices to say.
It suffices.
Yeah. It covers it.
Yeah.
We gotta hit him.
Bart's a linguist.
Unfortunately, we got to hit our first
Yeah,
coffee
we
break.
do.
Riley's in here this morning for Edward.
Hi, Riley.
Edward notified us he would not be
morning.
here. How are you? You awake?
Barely.
What time did you get in here today?
She's out partying all night.
Like 5:10.
5:10?
Yeah.
We're running late, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Edward's not that honest. He's like, I don't know. In the middle
I was there at 3:30. I was there at 3:30 this morning.
Before everybody else.
I think Edward
That's when I
comes and
got it.
sleeps in the parking lot for an hour
He
in
might.
his car.
He might.
I've been here before.
It's the
after we
quietest
got
hour
here,
of
and
Edward's
he's
day.
yeah, exactly. And he's in there with the car just running. Good morning. It's 6:20. We're just getting started here. It's Thursday. Plunge Pool Thursday from Burton Pools and Spas.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you see, let's just see where this goes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Still searching for the perfect summer getaway? Mountain Home Arkansas might just be your answer. Wake up in the Ozark Hills. Hit the White River at sunrise. World-class fishing, hiking, trails, kayaking, and when the sun goes down, it's the kind of quiet you forgot existed. 2 lakes, 1 great town. All right here in the Arkansas Ozarks. Check it out at enjoymountainhome.com. Mountain Home Arkansas, where the outdoors is a way of life.
Hey, when it comes to pizza, nobody does it like Gusano's. Chicago style since 2004. Don't miss happy hour, Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. You can get $1 off drafts, wells, and house wine. Plus, their happiest hour from 5 to 6 features $1.50 domestic drafts. And exciting news, a second Fayetteville location is coming in late August, right on the corner of Joyce and College. Gusano's Pizza in Northwest Arkansas, Fort Smith, Texarkana, and Joplin. Warfield American Single Malt Whiskey starts with 100% local Idaho barley, distilled through Scottish copper pot stills, and aged in Idaho's mountain climate, where the elevation and temperature swings create a depth of flavor you won't find anywhere else. Now Arkansas-owned, Warfield is crafting something genuinely different. American Single Malt with real roots and real craft behind it. Find it at select spirits retailers nationwide or visit drinkwarfield.com. For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
Just so you know, and we've talked about this from day one on the show, nobody's safe in here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit GoPaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
In a world full of shortcuts, one whiskey refused. 100% local Idaho barley, aged in Idaho's mountain climate. For complexity you can taste. A spirit that answers to the land and no one else. This is not just whiskey. This is a declaration. Warfield, American Single Malt Whiskey from Idaho's most awarded distillery. Set the standard. Available at select spirits retailers nationwide. Drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yuengling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yuengling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yuengling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly. Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
That is absurd to me and anybody who has a brain. Like anybody with any active brain cells at all. like what are you?
I have brain cells, but they're not always active.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Brent's up, ready to go today.
Yeah, he's been up a while.
Boy.
Brent, what time did you get up this morning?
4:30.
Oh, well,
There you go.
slacker.
Like you're doing a morning
Half
show.
the day's gone.
Yeah. Hey, Chuck, I got a question for you.
All right.
I want to know, when do you get started for your first when do you start putting your boards together for the North Alabama game, and what do you do to wind down? Do you ever take a day off like on Sunday where you don't have to think about the next game coming up?
Brent, I find downtime. Any of these guys will tell you that. I find downtime. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. It'll be probably next week, honestly. You know, when I start really digging in.
Well, Friday night.
Yeah.
6, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Working on some
No,
boards.
no, I don't mean like game week. I mean like next week. You know, a little bit here and there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And another question I had for you guys is, on the football season where you see the TV times where it says flex, what times do you want? What's the best time to be on? Like if it's 2:30, 7 o'clock. What's the best times to be on?
That's a pretty wide range of times right there when they do that afternoon flex. I mean, it just depends on what your preference is. I like a day game. Most people like night games. I understand that. I like a night game at home. I'm not real big on night road games.
Yeah, I think part of that, if you're a coach, depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Like if you're playing on the road, you don't want to play at night.
Yeah.
Not
'cause,
just
I mean,
because
their crowd's
it's
going to
rowdy,
be fired up.
but then you get back later.
Yeah, you get
And
back
you
late and it screws you up.
later, you know, in the next week.
I just meant with your record, does it depend? I mean, as the season goes, the better your record is, does the times make a difference?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, they're going to play the bigger games at 2:30 and at night.
Again, it some of this, Brent, varies from week to week. Like, for example, if you've got, say, Alabama and LSU's the big game that week in the SEC. I'm just pulling two teams out of the air there. And they've got them set up to play a night game. Well, that's the game everybody's going to be watching. You know, if you're playing in a game that they want people to see, they're probably going to put it at a different time. You'd rather play in the afternoon. But if you're opposite somebody great, like if you're on the SEC network at 3 and ABC's got a big game at 2:30, well, that's probably not the best place to be.
You're getting me excited.
You know?
Like I'm literally thinking that's what Saturdays are going to be like
I know,
again?
yes.
I'm getting excited.
Yeah. So, I mean, we got to start thinking
Games
that way
on
again.
all day.
I know. And, you know,
I'm hearing you.
Well, we got games week 0. That's when you're really hardcore. I was looking at the schedule for week 0. I mean, there's
some good games.
I won't go that far, but there's some halfway decent games.
UNLV Memphis is a good game.
Well, let's not get carried away. But under the it's a competitive game.
One of those teams could make the playoff.
Well, yeah, you're right. Theoretically, you're right.
Did Ryan Silverfield leave a playoff job for Arkansas?
I think Memphis is probably going to take a step back.
I think
year.
he's talking about UNLV. Is who he's talking about. Would that be right?
Yeah, UNLV.
You're in Denver.
See you, Brent.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
UNLV is definitely going to be in the mix for the group of 5 playoff spot. UNLV will be Navy, as I said yesterday. I think Navy's going to be in that mix.
So could we have UNLV and Navy? Is that
no?
We're only going to have one, right?
Not likely.
Maybe
Probably
UNLV and Navy. Maybe those two teams, whoever they are, they should have a play-in game.
Dan Mullen with a chance to make the playoffs at UNLV.
I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. Let's just it's August and we're already trying to figure out which mid-major we're going to get into the playoff.
Don't hijack the topic. What were you saying, Bart, about this mid-major that's going to make the playoff? No, but seriously, here's where I was going with it. Like I was going to ask the question: if you're Barry Odom, and Barry Odom would never say, "I wish I didn't take the Purdue job," all right? And if you're Dan Mullen, he'd never say, "I wish I hadn't gotten," or "wish I'm glad I got fired at Florida."
Right.
But if you're at UNLV and you're looking at your schedule and your team and you're going to win games and you're going to be potentially in the playoff, which is a whole other topic about should these teams even be in the playoff. But if you're that coach, what's a more enjoyable season? Being Purdue at the bottom of the Big Ten and losing by 60 to Ohio State, or playing a schedule and winning a bunch of games and being in the postseason. I know it pays more at Purdue.
Yeah, it pays a lot more.
I get that.
Buyout's better.
But your quality of life.
I hear you.
Like Silverfield leaves Memphis, and if Memphis were a playoff team, for example, and you're taking on this challenge.
Where does UNLV fall in, like, the non-Power 4 pecking order? In all seriousness, Bart, where are they in all that?
Like where are they projected?
Are they
to
ranked?
finish?
Are they where are they projected to finish in their conference, or are we just talking?
So,
I just
UNLV
noticed Bart's shirt. We'll have to get to that later.
Yeah.
UNLV, they're projected to finish second in the Mountain West.
Okay. But see, that's not playoff material, though, is it really?
If you go undefeated, you're going to be in the conversation.
Not second in the Mountain
No,
West.
no.
You finish second in the Mountain West.
No,
you're not going to be in the playoff.
No, but if they were to win it,
Yeah.
if they were to win the league and go 11-1 or 12-0, they'll be in the mix. You know, New Mexico's the other team out of the Mountain West to watch. Boise State out of the new look Pac-12 is one of those teams.
The new look Pac-12.
Is the Pac-12 considered
James Madison?
They're a non-power conference, right? Is the Pac-12 a non-power?
Correct. It's the conference of
That's
states.
that's hard to even imagine that the Pac-12. No, they're not one of the Power 4. Power
Those
5.
after dark games
I know
are not what they used to be.
It's every
turn on
team that
the-
has state in the name of the
Yeah.
university. It's Boise
all
State,
the little brothers.
Boise State, Fresno
It's the
State,
little
San
brother
Diego
league.
State, Texas State, Washington State, Utah State, Colorado State, and Oregon State. Instead of the Conference of Champions, it's the Conference of
we talked
Younger
about
Siblings.
Lil Wayne the other day.
Yeah.
Lil Pac-12.
Lil
LIL. LIL Pac-12.
Yeah, might even get an apostrophe in there.
All right, we got to hit a break. 6:31, the Chuck and Bo Show, now 6:32. I don't know if anybody
Time's
heard
slipping
like
away.
where you guys live, but where I live, it rained this morning for like 10 minutes.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Holy
right
cow.
at about 5 o'clock this morning.
I did not.
It was
not
like-
in my house.
I if I had time, I would have gone outside and just stood in the rain.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah.
by the time I got out there, it was done.
it was over.
It was over. It was short-lived.
That's tough.
Plunge Pool Thursday, Burton Pools and Spas. Get you a plunge pool and start the weekend early. Stand in it, enjoy it, have friends over, watch games in it. They can build them for less than $40,000 at Burton Pools and Spas. Stop by one of their convenient locations. Good morning. Are we a bunch of idiots or what?
Yes, we are. Yes. Yes, we are. Yes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
You know, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. There's no better place to watch a game than Walk On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, catch all the summer sports action while you cool off with mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like po' boys and gumbo, plus burgers, ice-cold draft beers, and cocktails made for hot days. Incredible food, outstanding service, and a game day atmosphere that never takes a season off. Visit one of the 5 locations across Arkansas today, including Rogers and Fayetteville. Walk On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Hey guys, you're having a great show today.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. Enjoy Oaklawn's 24/7 smoke-free casino featuring over 1,500 slots and live table games from blackjack to roulette, craps, baccarat, and much more. Voted best casino by 2026 Arkansas Times Readers Poll. And enjoy headliner entertainment at the Oaklawn Event Center. Log on to oaklawn.com and get all the details. And the Oaklawn Resort Pool is open all summer. Access granted to hotel and spa guests. Come join the fun at Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas's only casino resort.
Experience football game days on the Hill this fall as head coach Ryan Silverfield leads the Hogs into 2026. Great home matchups line the 7-game slate in Fayetteville, including kickoff in Arkansas on September 5th, the SEC home opener versus the Georgia Bulldogs on September 19th, and a Thanksgiving weekend rivalry battle with the LSU Tigers. Season tickets start at just $300 and are available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
Here's Macadoodle's owner, Roger Gildehouse, on what he learned from Sam Walton.
I took my Walmart experience, and Sam always talked about, if you're going to get in business, you need to be better than the competition. Always be very price competitive, which we have been for 29 years. And the third thing, and most important thing, is have a customer service program that is beyond what the customers expect to get.
Visit Macadoodle's just north of the state line in Pineville or at Guess Who in Bentonville.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I think you will see this team this year play hard, play smart, give themselves a chance to win. I'm not naive, and I don't think there's going to be, they're not going to run the table, and there's probably going to be a game or two in there you lose, you think you ought to win, and hopefully there's some games in there that nobody thinks you're going to win now that you find a way to win. But my sense, from being around these guys, just the minimal amount of time that they've been here and the minimal amount of time I've been around them, we're going to know this team's been coached. I expect to see the turnovers reduced, and I expect to see the penalties go down. And I don't think the secondary is going to get beat quite as bad as maybe the secondary got beat last year. Some of that's contingent upon putting pressure on the quarterback. So I think those areas, even though none of them are like, maybe by themselves aren't enough to, change their fortunes, if all three of those things happen, I do think they're going to be better.
That's what you want in year one of a new regime. You want to feel like that you have taken a step to change things and to fix things and to be competitive in a way that you weren't previously. To me, that's the whole reason you make a change.
Last year was just like so bad.
For so long.
And it went from bad to worse. I mean,
just like
and by the end of it, nobody was a hold of the rope.
It was over by like 4 games, 5 games into the season.
Well, when they lost at Memphis, it was over. And in retrospect. But one thing I do not think you'll see this year, I don't think you'll see this team, as the old saying goes, let go of the rope, which did happen last year. And that I don't think will happen this season. I will be very surprised if that happens. The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park, with full replays available on YouTube and Twitter, or catch up on all 3 hours with a podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search the Chuck and Bo Show. I can't help myself, Edward. I can't help myself, all right? You want me to say it? I can't help myself around those breakfast cakes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Morning, Riley. Riley's in here for Edward today. What's on your mind, Riley? What do you have for us?
What are your thoughts?
Did you bring things to talk about? Did you bring a list?
I was not prepared. No.
No? They didn't tell you that you were going to host a game today?
No.
You were going to do trivia with us? Yeah. Okay. Well,
get back to me. I'll
you'll come up with something.
We'll get back to you.
I did hear you mentioning earlier that you feel like you can't eat anything at all. Worried about blueberries and lettuce.
Oh, yes. Well, they're just like all this produce is getting recalled, and I mean, like, they're trying to get us to eat healthy, but all the healthy stuff's trying to kill us. So I mean, what are we trying to do?
Yeah.
Have a burger.
Wow.
This is the headline that started this conversation today. Blueberry recall upgraded to FDA's highest risk level, quote, reasonable probability of death.
Huh. That's just that's pretty serious.
Yeah.
Probably.
See, I had some blueberries the other day, and I bought them at the store and everything. I had no idea.
Apparently, these are frozen blueberries that are specifically involved in this particular recall.
So if they're not frozen, you're okay.
Fresh blueberries.
Don't you?
Yes. This says it's a recall of frozen blueberries specifically.
Go ahead.
So, like, if you go somewhere right now, seriously, to order food, and you don't want to say, like, I want extra lettuce.
I do.
I mean, look, I'm not anti-lettuce. I like lettuce. But it doesn't seem like it's a good time. Based on what I read.
I forget.
Iceberg lettuce specifically, I believe, is the one you're supposed to
But do you,
avoid.
ask a restaurant what lettuce they use before you order it?
Did you get it from this
well,
place?
Usually it says on the menu, like it'll say.
It says iceberg lettuce.
No, it'll say like
sandwich,
if you're getting
iceberg
if you're
lettuce,
getting a salad or like depends on where you go. But if you're getting like a salad or something, it might tell you what.
Right, but if you're going by Arby's and you want a lettuce on your roast beef,
I'm not going to do that.
See, that's what I do.
I'm just not going to. In any establishment where I have a gut feeling that it's going to be iceberg lettuce, I'm kind of out on that right now.
You have a lot of gut feelings.
Yeah. Well, Bart,
you really do.
Bart notices
It works
things.
out well for
like
me.
for example, if I were to walk into a place today at lunch, and they were putting lettuce on things, I wouldn't even think about it.
Me
now,
either.
Now, I'm not one of those guys that says, light on the lettuce or extra lettuce. However you bring it's fine. But I would not go in thinking, man, I got to avoid that lettuce today.
No.
But Bart, on the other hand, Bart's thinking that way.
Yeah.
That's why he's.
And you read a lot of current event stuff. Like
I keep up.
You do.
I mean, I pride
And it
myself
doesn't-
on
it
keeping
doesn't
up.
even
You
cross
guys
your
know
mind.
that.
Yeah,
It doesn't even cross my mind.
If we can't have lettuce, I mean, you got to have a little.
Can't eat a good salad.
Iceberg lettuce specifically.
Come on.
Romaine, fine. You want some spinach? Fine.
But it's not all lettuce. It's not all romaine lettuce or
Iceberg lettuce.
It's not all
it's
iceberg.
from a specific place, but a lot of places get their lettuce.
Now,
from
are they
that one
strictly a
specific place.
lettuce outlet, or do they have other types of produce
They
there
have
as
other
well?
types of
They have
produce,
other types
yes.
of
Okay.
They
All
have
right.
jalapenos that are giving people salmonella, so
Oh,
watch
good.
out for that.
Riley
too,
keeps
yeah.
up too.
Yeah.
Just avoid anything that comes from Taylor Farms.
Yes.
Okay,
That's the
let's
bottom
just
line.
throw them under the bus.
Well, I mean, that's already been done.
Let's just do that.
That's already been done
Yeah.
by national
Those poor
news.
people. Where
Well-
are
Government,
they? Where are they from?
South of the border, I believe.
Taylor Farms.
I don't believe
from
that.
south of the border.
I heard something about like Kansas.
Are we good with Arkansas grown lettuce?
Sure.
We're okay with that.
Yeah.
Is this Arkansas grown?
Let's see. Guanajuato, Mexico.
How do you say it?
Guanajuato.
Okay.
I get my lettuce
All
from
right.
Mexico.
I get my lettuce from Mexico.
Yeah. You get avocados. Avocados now.
What's wrong with those? Are they anything wrong with that?
Yeah,
I
they do
don't-
avocados at this
What
place.
happened? What happened
Yeah.
to the lettuce?
How did all this happen? How does lettuce get contaminated? Let's just break it down here.
Well, I think when certain rules and regulations get relaxed and things of that nature happen, and
So it's run by it's a company run by the NCAA. No. It's a lettuce company in Mexico that the NCAA is in charge of. Is it Big Ten? Is it Big Ten country in Mexico? Is that the issue?
Yes.
Is that what's going on?
That's what it is. Yeah.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
All right. Well, choose your lettuce wisely.
I'm just glad you guys. I'm
the Big
glad
Ten
Riley and Bart
lettuce.
knew about it because I mean
Listen.
I know what's going on. I keep up, but I didn't really fully. It's not on the forefront of my
I went
mind.
I ran by Arby's the other day in a hurry, and I was hungry, and I had to get something to eat, and I asked for lettuce to be added to my to my roast beef sandwich. I did, and I took the first bite, and I went, well, that might kill me.
I'm going to be honest. I've eaten a lot of things over the course of my life that might not have been like completely advisable. But I don't go into a restaurant thinking, I might need to stay away from the lettuce today.
You ever pick up like a cookie and you wonder if it's stale, and you take a bite and you're like, yeah, it doesn't taste exactly right.
But you
take
still eat
another
the
bite.
cookie.
You
I mean,
keep
it's not
taking
going to
bites.
stop you.
You keep taking bites
Yeah.
to figure out which side of
All
it
of a
you're
sudden it's
on.
gone.
Like, is it too bad to eat? I don't know. Is it really stale? Like, I don't know. Like, it's
Is this like a day stale or a week stale that we're talking about?
You just keep eating it.
You're going to eat it either way.
And you may not reach for the second one, but you pretty much get through the first one, regardless of what it tastes like. All right. Well, I don't know what we're doing in here, but you know what? We're here, and we're here for you, and it's the morning, and we're having coffee together, and we're just
Bart,
here we go.
What are the responses to your top 25?
Well, let's do that next.
Do the people love you?
Yeah, we want Bart to read all of the comments.
Oh, yeah, I want to hear them.
And we have a comment on his shirt. And Bart, what's in your hand right now? Could you hold your hand up? Well, okay. A second ago, would you reach to your left and hold up what you were holding in your hand? The 4 pens. Are there 4?
No, there are 3.
There are 3. Bart, like half the show, Bart's got 3 pens.
I
in
just
his
noticed
hand.
that. They're all identical.
Do you carry?
Did you buy
3
some
pens?
new pens? Did you buy a new pack of pens yesterday?
This has been going on for a very long time.
Really?
You're a 3-pen guy.
Well, no, I like to have, I've got a red one, a black one, and a blue one. So
we can't tell that from here.
Yeah.
It's like you got different highlighters.
They're different colors for different
Bart's
notes and
Mark
notes.
has his own markup going on the show like every day.
Did you notice the rundown sheet's color coded? Did you notice that today?
I did.
Black, red, blue.
This is day 4 of that.
Not the color coded part.
Day 3.
Is it really?
Day 3 of that. Did you? The question is today the first day you looked at it?
No, I've looked at it. This is the first day I noticed it was color coded.
Well,
you've been doing it all week, huh?
I think I'm spending too much time on the show notes,
You've
guys.
been doing it all week. I'll be darned.
Hey, choose the power of personal with community banking and First Security Bank. They'll color code things for you there.
I'm just going to give you a blank sheet of paper tomorrow.
Their local team helps families, businesses, and entire communities thrive. Stop by and see them today. First Security, where you bank better, fsbank.com. Member FDIC. First Security, a proud supporter of Varsity Vibe and the Chuck and Bo Show. I don't mean to sound like a moron, but I can't help myself sometimes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You got it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com. Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yuengling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yuengling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yuengling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly.
Who says bigger is always better? Burton Pools and Spas is the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles with easy maintenance and more time for fun. Cool off after work, relax with family, or host friends for game day. And right now, installed plunge pool packages start under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas' 5 convenient locations or visit burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. FSbank.com, member FDIC.
Hog fans, your 5-time SEC champion Razorback soccer team is back in action on Thursday night at 6:30 when they take on number 8 North Carolina. It's a whiteout, and the first 500 fans will receive an Arkansas soccer hat. Come support Coach Hale and the Hogs at Razorback Field. Tickets are just $16 for adults and $11 for kids. Head to ArkansasRazorbacks.com or call 479-575-5151 to secure your tickets today.
Well, you know, I've got a lot more rhythm than people realize.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the event they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
High school athletics at its best. If you aren't following Varsity Vibe, what are you waiting for? We're your go-to source for the latest information on what's happening around the state and showcasing the players and teams that bring the action to life. Sure, we've got your highlight scores and all-access interviews, but we're also keeping you up to date with our newsletter twice a week and our weekly podcast. Subscribe now at varsityvibearkansas.com. Follow us on Instagram, X, Facebook, and TikTok, and make sure you're in the know. Varsity Vibe Arkansas. We've got it covered.
Man, I love spending time at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. Members enjoy it all. They've got state-of-the-art practice facilities, dining, events, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, as well as tennis and pickleball courts. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. Your home away from home.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today. Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
I think I have 1,100 subscriptions. I'm pretty sure. It is so ridiculous.
That guy subscribed to Hulu twice.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I'm seeing some of these videos of the new Buc-ee's in Benton.
Yeah, Benton.
And people are excited. Maybe we'll
think
get
there's
to
a little
that
traffic.
at some
Think there's a
point.
little traffic around there.
I mean, it's like a I don't know. It's a following. It's a following, and people are excited about it. People are also excited about Bart's preseason top 25. So a lot of response on social media, Bart.
Yeah, specifically
Name calling
on TikTok.
Is there any name calling?
A lot of feedback on TikTok.
You really do move the needle. I mean,
Bart,
the
people
needle
call him-
mover.
Yeah, I mean, people respond.
In the Chevy of Fayetteville situation.
Hey, when they're calling you names, man, you've reached them.
So it seems like
That's why Chuck's in the Hall of Fame.
That's right.
Oklahoma, Tennessee, and some Missouri fans not particularly happy with my poll, my rankings for the preseason. Oklahoma at 17 is ridiculous. That's one.
How many responses has this generated? I mean, is this over the top? Have we gotten is this breaking the bank or what?
It's like millions of responses.
Not millions of responses.
Thousands? Tens of thousands?
Yeah, hundreds of thousands.
Okay.
even.
All right. Well, now we're talking.
Hundreds, 2-1.
Hundreds or hundreds of thousands?
No, hundreds.
Hundreds.
You heard whatever
Tens.
you wanted to hear.
Hundreds / thousands.
Here's a comment. I hope this isn't your full-time job. Oklahoma at number 17 is absolutely ridiculous. That comment, as you might have guessed, comes from Sooners boy. Sooners with a Z. Sooners.
Not your full-time job.
What if it was your only full-time job?
Well,
I mean, coming up with the top 20. Well, what if you were Joe Lenardi?
Well,
that was your gig.
Let's see. A Vols fan says, "What a bleeping joke." He did not say bleeping.
Uh-huh.
Worst
I didn't
poll
think
I've
he did.
seen on TikTok so far, that from Sooner Ed.
There's a lot of bad polls on TikTok, too.
I think we get
Ball's gonna make you look bad.
I think we get Dury to have you on his show over there in Norman, and you could talk about Oklahoma.
I think it's going to be a tough
good
year
for
for
him.
the Sooners. I can hear Bart saying it right now.
I think it's going to be. I think it's
You're
going to be
gonna
tougher than you
disappointed.
guys think.
Your hearts are going to get
And I
broken.
think John Mateer's very good.
Overrated.
I think
Turnover machine.
Brent Venables will not be your coach at the end of the year. Those are your talking points, right?
Yeah.
On Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Catch Chuck and Bo on demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park.
And I'll tell you what, Fayetteville Auto Park, they just keep doing it right. They keep treating people well, service after the sale, great brands, great selection. That's where it starts. Honda, Acura, Chevy, Toyota. Great pre-owned selection. You can check it all out at FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
Practice report from Christina Longlater and Heather Dinich of ESPN on the show today. Good morning.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but replacing your AC doesn't have to be. If you need to replace your AC this summer, before you commit, price check with Paschal. You can save money and use the professionals to replace your system. Enjoy the peace of mind knowing you chose the best option for your home. Visit GoPaschal.com and with just a few clicks, see how much you can save with the Paschal price check. Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. This football season, it's time to tailgate like you mean it. The 1910 Club is Fayetteville's premier game day destination, just steps from Razorback Stadium, and it's got everything you need already waiting for you. Wi-Fi, power, and real bathrooms, plus a crew that runs the show so you can just show up and have a good time. Get a full season spot or pick the individual games you want. Log on at the1910club.com. That's the1910club.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I don't know if anybody else is having fun, but this is a blast for me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
You know, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question, the work that they're able to do with them in the sun. It used to be you couldn't stand on a hill a mile away and watch them practice if you're a coach. And now you get like 2 hours a week on-field work, which I think they broke up into like 14 OTAs over the summer. And you get 2 hours of film study with them, in addition to, the time that the strength staff gets to spend with them. So you do have a lot of carryover from spring, summer, and into fall camp. And so, yeah, it does feel like they hit the ground running. I have to be careful sometimes, guys, because when I say, I think they'll be good at this spot. I think they'll be good here. Sometimes when I say that, I just mean I think they'll be average. I love football, and I get excited like anybody else. I mean, I'm probably, depending on how things go, going to be somewhere around 4 wins, give or take. Maybe I go up to 5 if I really like what I see. Maybe drop it down to 3. But when I say stuff like, I always have to be careful with that because I get excited. But when I say something's going to be good, sometimes I just mean they're going to be average. And I think that they have a roster that is good enough. If they can do those things, penalties, turnovers, special teams, if they can do those things and they have a quarterback that is at least competent, that doesn't just kill them, that they could get to a bowl game. People look at the schedule and say, well, this is the most brutal thing ever, and there's no way that they're going to be. Teams do that kind of stuff. There's things that happen. You look at a team that is what they are right now, what they're projected. You don't know what's going to happen to Auburn. You seen the slate Auburn has before they play Arkansas. Who knows? Shane Beamer could be on the hottest of hot seats. He could be out of there by the time Arkansas plays them, and that's in Fayetteville. There are things that could unfold throughout the course of the season that you just don't expect.
Never miss a moment of the Chuck and Bo Show on demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Watch us on YouTube, Twitter, every weekday, or stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Man, when I got home from work, you wouldn't believe it. My wife said, I heard you call the show this morning. So whoever that is, I imagine it's a co-worker of hers. If you happen to be listening right now, let's just keep this between us,
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You're just talking. You're just talking.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
Cheats, steals.
He's a real talk show host.
Live from the Warfield Distillery Studios, Idaho's most awarded distillery.
Let it out.
Let it out.
Let it rip.
Let it go.
If you're a Hawk fan, be a Hawk fan.
Hey, Bo, you're wrong.
Come in at your own risk. Nobody's safe in here.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
You can jump in here on the Gasano's Pizza hotline, text, call, whatever you want to do, 877-377-6963. I heard a little rain this morning where I live in northwest Arkansas. I don't know if anybody throughout the state has gotten any rain. It was just a couple minutes, but I mean, it was like you could hear it on the roof, and then it went away. But it was exciting for a moment.
We're at that time of year where, like, for example, there are still people down in the River Valley who just got power back yesterday after those storms, and we're, like, celebrating. And I would be, too, just a sprinkle in the backyard, man.
I know.
I mean, you can be 15 miles down the road, and it's a whole different deal.
There's flooding in other parts of the country.
It's incredible.
And, it's that time of year. I mean, here we are in August at 7:03 on a Thursday, Plunge Pool Thursday, brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas, where you can get one for less than $40,000 at any Burton Pools and Spas location. And Ryan Silverfield was on Jim Rome
how
yesterday.
about that?
Here's a little bit of what he had to say.
I think that the the winning right now has got to be the mindset. Obviously, you don't sit there and say, hey, we are, right? People say, are you building a program? There's parts of that, right? No one wants to talk about a rebuild, but we are doing this thing day by day to put us in better position for long-term success. But the idea is to go out there and line up and win. And I think we're making the steps in the right direction. How many games is that? I don't know that, but I do know this. We're going to be one of the best teams in the country at the controllables. And that's one of those things I've been preaching. Like, man, with the effort, we talked about it earlier, the way we handle ourselves, we got to do better with ball security, disciplined football program. And so I think you're seeing that day in and day out. We're really, really excited about this 26 football season.
Where are we? Where are you? Where's the fan base on Ryan Silverfield? I think we've given opinions on him the last few weeks as we've watched him do the job, on the job, and really evaluate, since he's been here, just things we've noticed or conversations we've had with him. And now there's reports coming out of fall camp. You're seeing all the different things they're doing, the ball security drills. And I read this morning at WholeHogSports.com, they started with a pressure situation on the offense. It was kind of like importance of the ball down in the red zone, and the offense couldn't get it in. They didn't have a particularly good day. Over the weekend, they had that scrimmage, and it wasn't a particularly good day for the defense. Those are all kind of normal things. It's really, you want to see a little bit of both coming out of fall camp, and they're all different situations and who's on the field and, which quarterback's out there and which offense is out there, which defense is out there. But you've seen some things now, and I just wonder how fans are reacting to. Do you feel like you have a different opinion, a more informed opinion, the same opinion? Whatever you've heard hasn't done really much for you at all. What are your thoughts on, as we get into like a couple of weeks from a game here, are we thinking any differently as a fan base about our football program and where they are this year? This coach.
I don't know what everybody's thinking is on this. And I think it's a good question, and I'd be interested to know where people are. But I'm smart enough to know there are a lot of people that are going to wait and see what happens on the field. But I also know there are a lot of people out there that are, they're looking for something to hang their hat on. They're looking, they're looking to grab hold of something. And when Silverfield was talking to Rome there, all the things he was talking about, you've got to have all those things in place. And look, when you're coming off a 2-10 season, everything and everybody's fair game. Anybody can be cut, anything can be blown up. I mean, you're starting from scratch, and so I think he's made all the right moves. I can't sit here and look and say, I think that was a misstep, or I think that was a bad decision. By the same token, the proof's in the pudding, and you got to go win games. And he addressed that too. That yes, you're thinking long term, but you've also got to find a way to try to win today. So I think it's a good question though, because I do think we know a little bit, in fact, a lot more about him than we did maybe the day he was hired.
Ryan in Prairie Grove, I like him because I think he's a hard bleep, and I like it.
That's the one thing I've heard. Fans love it when you are as he put it, I'll just go ahead and say, hard ass.
Say it quietly.
Yeah, whisper. Fans love that. They do. They love it. I've gotten comments from people from the moment practice started. Friends just, I like the fact he's, he gets on them.
Yeah.
And because we just do. I'm guilty of it too. I mean, a guy makes a bad play and you're yelling at him in the living room. Well, you want that coach to yell at him too. And people tend to like it when you do that.
We do associate that with winning.
We do.
Getting on players, getting after them. It's
not supposed to be easy.
I remember, and Pittman was a little more laid back. And so if you didn't like Pittman, you like the guy that comes in and he's got a lot of energy and he's on top of people. Mike Anderson was a little laid back to people, and you liked it when Eric Musselman was, losing his mind over there continuously.
The one thing that I will say, just observing over the years, I mean, you gotta stay on him. You gotta stay after him. You gotta say over and over again. You gotta remind him 5 times. Some coaches depend a little bit more on a guy to be mature enough to handle his own business. I don't know that approach works all the time. In an ideal world, everybody's a self-starter, but that's not the real world. And I think there, I think there are times when you got to stay on him.
Here's a text from Jesse in Springdale. I'm as skeptical today as I was when he was hired. Waiting to be proven wrong, but not optimistic. I think news out of camp isn't motivating, not having a starting quarterback and the offense putting up long touchdowns on the defense. He's well-spoken, though. Saban style, according to Ellis from Harrison. Proven, effective with the highest caliber college players. I don't know what he's talking about.
Getting on him, yelling at him.
Oh, that's that's what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Matt and Harrison. Silverfield is the best head coach we've had since Brett. I'm excited about that.
Silverfield's a football guy. Bielema is too. Bielema says a lot of things that sometimes distract from that. But Bielema's. He's the real deal. And Silverfield's a football guy. He's not a real theatrical guy. But there are so many coaches out there, and I hate to say this, but there are so many coaches out there who are head coaches strictly because of their personality. They're good in front of the mic, or they're demonstrative on the sideline, or they're hard asses like fans love. And all of a sudden, that guy's head coaching material. Whereas the other guy that works down the hall from him, he's actually got a better football mind, but he can't string 5 words together. So we don't think as much of him.
I just wonder what people think having now seen him. Because he was just a name on a list when he got hired. And Riley, let's go to you. Riley's in for Edward today. By the way, it's Edward's birthday. It's not why he's off today.
Yeah, happy birthday, Edward.
He had something
Happy
else going on,
birthday,
but happy
Edward.
birthday, Edward Corin. What is he, 24 now?
Yeah, 17.
17 years old. Edward
Is he of
Corin.
age now?
Yes. He's 21.
Can Edward go buy beer?
Yeah.
I think he'll be all right.
Would you mind bringing breakfast in this morning, Edward? Oh, wait, Bart already got it.
Yeah.
Thanks to ProLand Title and the
Thank
Breakfast
you,
Fund.
Bart and ProLand.
Riley, what are your thoughts on Ryan Silverfield? Like you've been in here, you've heard us talk. You've been around a ton
You
of
hear
other
the word
people
on the street.
campus
too.
and all. Yeah.
You hear the word on the street.
You were working in the service industry in a
Yes.
place that watches sports.
Yes.
What do those people say?
I'm an optimist, so I like to think the best in everyone. So I'm very hopeful, but I think Razorback fans have been disappointed for such a long time that they're going to go into every situation thinking the worst is going to happen. So I think that's where a lot of this negativity is coming from, just because that's kind of what we're used to, in quotation marks, basically. But
Parenthetically.
exactly.
Yeah.
But
Say it again so we can all learn.
Parenthetically.
Parenthetically. I don't know if I'm going to use that ever again, but I can say now I've said it once in my life.
I'm sorry.
And I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, sorry. Compete with
Sometimes your intelligence just comes
Bart.
out.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
That's a good read on the situation. What do you think of that? When people talk about it and they're automatically negative, what do you say as an optimist? What do you say?
I think it's stupid. Like, even with some of the best coaches we've had, with Dave Van Horn, after last season, people were down on him saying, "Oh, we need a new coach. We need a new coach." I'm like, have you not seen what he's done for the program? I just think Arkansas fans are just, anytime something does not go their way, they need something else. They need something new. But
Yeah, Chuck, what is that?
Every fan base is that way. Every fan.
Really? You think so?
We're no better or worse.
We think so?
No.
It's you think every fan base is
Yes. I think every
Is that
fan
why
base.
Kentucky ran Cal out of town?
Well, the truth of the matter is, when a coach has been around 15 years, it's just the truth. Your act gets old, even for the greatest of the greats.
Unless you're winning at a certain clip.
Yeah, but, unless you're winning at an impossible clip.
There you
go. People get it. We saw it here. People got tired of Houston Nutt. They just got tired of it, and it happens. And that's why the shelf life of these guys is sometimes 4, 5, 6 years, and it's why they've got big buyouts, because it's going to end quicker than everybody thinks in many cases, and it never ends well, and that's just kind of the reality of it.
Bart, before we get your take, could you ask me a question? The question that Chuck and I get often when we're not on the show.
So, how do you think this season's going to go?
And what do you really think?
Yeah, what's your honest
What's your
thought?
honest opinion? Would you ask
Give
me?
me your honest
Would you
opinion.
ask me my honest opinion?
So how do you think this season's going to go? And like
Honestly.
and like I want your honest opinion, not whatever you say on the radio show, just to make people happy.
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked. that. This is my honest opinion. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know if the roster's good enough to be in a postseason like bowl game. I don't know. But I think they got the right coach. I'm not saying another coach wouldn't have been okay too, but I think having seen Silverfield enough now and been around him a little bit and had conversations with him a little bit, and then the things I hear and watch him say and do, I think they got the right guy for the job. I don't think that this is a situation where you got the wrong coach and that's why you won't be successful. And I point to the money that he's raised, his willingness to go out and fundraise, his principles as a coach, the things he preaches that are important, what appears to be consistency in doing so and holding players accountable. My question is, were they able to acquire enough players in the portal to do any sort of damage this year? When we get the practice reports, and we'll get one from Christina Long here around 7:30, we hear the roster. I think Trey alluded to this, Otis alluded to this, that they are better top to bottom in their roster than they were a year ago. Do they have enough playmakers on both sides of the ball, like guys that can actually change the game? Is Quincy Rhodes that guy on defense, for example? Is Kamori House that guy on defense? Is Sutton Smith, Braylon Russell, KJ Jackson, or A.J. Hill, Chris Marshall, the wide receiver? Can he make consistent, like, Andrew Armstrong type plays even? If they can, then maybe they'd be decent. But I think the coach is the right hire. Can he get right now it's you got to have roster acquisition at a high level. Did he have enough time? Was he able to get it done? I love that all the moves they've made from a front office perspective, where they've got the GM and they've got the evaluations and slots of players, and they're ahead of where they've been in the past. They were behind there. They didn't have all that stuff. So all those things are positive, which is one of the reasons I probably say sometimes, like, can we start over? And I know you can't as a fan with your emotions, having been the crap beaten out of you too often. But to me, those are all positive signs. I just don't know how good they'll be this year. That's my honest take. That's the take I would give you on aisle 3. What is aisle 3 in the grocery store? Does anybody know?
Depends on the grocery store. Depends on the grocery
Is that
store.
Frozen foods?
Yeah,
Frozen blueberries.
If I was in the frozen food aisle in the grocery store, that's what I'd tell you. That's just my thoughts. 7:16. All right, I'm glad I got to share.
I was going to say I don't disagree with anything you said right there. There are lots of ifs. There's no doubt about it. There are lots of ifs, and I don't blame fans for being skeptical. People have gone to games, forked over a lot of money, and being asked to fork over even more now. And, I don't fault anybody for being, if they're upset, I don't fault them for being upset. By the same token, some of that stuff can be self-defeating, and we got to move beyond all that. And the only way you do that is win games. That's just the only way. And so I'm pulling for him to win games. I'm kind of like you. I don't know how many there are going to be this year. I don't know. But I tend to think they're not going to be as bad as people think. And they may not be as good as we like them to be. I think this is going to be one of those years where when it's over with, and I've said this before, you want the feeling you've had at the end of some seasons where you didn't go to a bowl game necessarily, but you felt like things were looking up. And I'm not saying they can't go to a bowl game this year, but I'm saying I just feel like the most important thing is that when we get to the end of the season, that there is some momentum. We've not just played out the string and thought, oh, God, here we go again. That's the thing you have to avoid. Momentum's a powerful thing, and they need to build some.
When can they close the deal? Will they be able to close the deal this year? Will they be able to close the deal next year? When can they close the deal?
Will they be able to close the deal? I mean, we're talking about when. I mean, will you be able to? We got some things to accomplish before we start, saying, all right, we've arrived. And a lot of them are little boring things, like what he's talking about, that for fans, it's like, just get to the games.
The controllables.
Yeah. All those things can be boring, particularly if you don't win. But you've got to have those things in place to have a chance.
ProLand Title can help you close. When you need a closing, they can get it done. They have the ability to put you first because they're independently owned, and the ability to say yes to transactions. Many cannot because of their relationships with a huge range of national underwriters. You cheer for the Pigs and close with the pros. 45 offices in Arkansas. ProLand Title. Arkansas natives that work and live in your community. ProLandTitle.com. Good morning.
Let's just be frank. There's been some football games the last few years that have driven people to drinking.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Blakeman's isn't just where Arkansas gets engaged. It's where you go to have a wonderful experience.
Every touch point matters, and I think what we show off best is Cafe B. It's Onyx Coffee by Blakeman's. Cafe B, we're offering the best coffee in the country, complimentary. I feel so fortunate to be able to go to work there every day. Big windows, the open lighting, the warm environment, and again, the cafe. It's the best.
Blakeman's, where every day is a diamond.
In a world full of shortcuts, one whiskey refused. 100% local Idaho barley, aged in Idaho's mountain climate. For complexity you can taste, a spirit that answers to the land and no one else. This is not just whiskey. This is a declaration. Warfield, American single malt whiskey from Idaho's most awarded distillery. Set the standard. Available at select spirits retailers nationwide. Drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Who says bigger is always better? Burton Pools and Spas is the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles with easy maintenance and more time for fun. Cool off after work, relax with family, or host friends for game day. And right now, installed plunge pool packages start under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas' 5 convenient locations or visit burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life. He's Chuck Barrett.
He's Bo Mattingly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Who says bigger is always better? Burton Pools and Spas is the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles with easy maintenance and more time for fun. Cool off after work, relax with family, or host friends for game day. And right now, installed plunge pool packages start under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas' 5 convenient locations or visit burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life.
Man, I love spending time at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. Members enjoy it all. They've got state-of-the-art practice facilities, dining, events, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, as well as tennis and pickleball courts. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. Your home away from home.
The 1910 Club is taking tailgating to another level. It's on Oliver Street, just steps from Razorback Stadium. And every spot comes with Wi-Fi, power hookups, real bathrooms, and a club crew handling all the details so you don't have to. And if you're not ready for a full season, single game spots are available for nearly every home game. Pick your exact spot on the interactive map at the1910club.com. That's the1910club.com. Get in the club and tailgate like you mean it.
In a world full of shortcuts, one whiskey refused. 100% local Idaho barley, aged in Idaho's mountain climate. For complexity you can taste, a spirit that answers to the land and no one else. This is not just whiskey. This is is a declaration. Warfield, American single malt whiskey from Idaho's most awarded distillery. Set the standard. Available at select spirits retailers nationwide. Drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple. I've learned so much just off the air today, listening to Bart and Edward and Riley. I'm really out of touch. I mean, I really am.
With what?
With everything.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Christina Long coming up at 7:30 or so, and then Heather Dinich at 8 o'clock today, ESPN. We got a great text here from Rick in Garfield. For as long as I can remember, and I'm 68, the Hogs have always been a bowl-eligible team in August. That's true.
We're all bowl eligible
that's right.
in August.
That's what I keep telling people. Like, listen, there'll be plenty of time to be negative. There'll be plenty of time to be negative if it doesn't go well. Bart was asking during the break, what happens when it doesn't go well?
And I just meant like whether it's in a game, a moment in a game, in a season. Like how's the team going to respond? How's the coaching staff going to get the players to respond? How's the coaching staff going to respond? How are they going to get the players to respond? That's what separate. I mean, that seems like a small thing, but that's what separates teams a lot of times from, it's a razor thin margin, separates teams from competing for a championship, from making a bowl game, from just winning a game, winning a conference game. When things go wrong, that's when you find out what kind of team you have, what kind of coaching staff you have. That's what kind of players you have. That's what I want to see.
Bart, what's with the what's that shirt you're sporting?
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
What's going on over there in the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room?
It's just a shirt that.
What
I've
does it
worn
say?
Many times.
For those who
this
cannot
show.
see, for those who are not watching, what does it say?
It says everybody watches.
Everyone.
Everyone watches women's sports.
Do they?
Yeah.
I just asked.
Yeah.
I just asked.
Yes.
Do they?
Well, I mean, look. Does every single human being alive watch women's sports? No, that's very clear from some of the misogynistic comments that we've gotten on the YouTube channel.
All of which have been directed personally at you,
yeah,
right?
That's right. It's very, very, very clear.
Could you give us a taste?
What do you think happens when people wear shirts with messages on them?
No, I think people react. That's that's.
Were you in fact looking for a reaction?
No.
Oh, come on.
No,
come on.
I needed a black T-shirt to wear today. This is the one that I pulled out of the closet.
Why did you need a black T-shirt?
Well, because I wore green shorts, and so I wanted to wear a black shirt.
Okay.
Just personal.
And that's the only black T-shirt you got.
No, I have others. That's
just the one
that I.
Not as provocative as that one.
You got the shirt to make a point.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
You had it.
Sure. You didn't say, man, that's the best looking black T-shirt I've ever seen in my life.
But I've also worn this shirt on this show at least a dozen times.
I know, but I saw Mike McDaniel wear a shirt the other day that said no one watches women's sports.
No, he didn't.
He did. It was on, unless the shirt was, photoshopped. It didn't look like it. But somebody posted it.
No, they wore shirts that said everyone watches women's sports. They wore the same shirt that
I'm
wearing.
That? So somebody photoshopped the shirt?
Yes.
Are you sure? Did you find the post I'm talking about?
No, but I see a story about how he and Jim Harbaugh both wore that shirt.
So this is another, AI generated.
Yes, because people are awful.
People are awful.
People are
so
horrible.
if Chuck came in here,
people are awful.
Riley, would you be offended if Chuck came in here wearing a shirt that said nobody watches women's sports?
Yes.
Oh, come on.
Thanks for letting me use you as an example.
Did you feel better about the world by virtue of the fact Bart's wearing the shirt he's wearing today? Does that make you feel better?
Yeah.
Do you watch women's sports?
Occasionally.
Yeah.
I'm not a. But like.
Yeah, I know.
I still gotta support.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Do you watch the WNBA? The W. Do you watch the W?
Yeah.
Do you?
I mean,
Not really.
No, but to be fair, I don't watch the NBA either.
Bart,
so-
which women's sports do you watch?
I mean, like all of them. I mean,
every one of
You watch the WNBA
on occasion, yeah.
On
If there's a good game,
See, everyone says on
perhaps
occasion.
if perhaps I've made a wager on a game,
Yeah, I understand.
I might be an interested party. Yeah, like I don't understand.
No one's
I don't
attacking.
understand
No one's attacking.
Well, yeah, they are.
Well, I mean, in this room. In this room.
You're in the cesspool of
Yeah.
social
they
media.
are.
over
The
there.
keyboard warriors are attacking
some
you.
a
throwing arrows.
texter, some
We'll get to
YouTube
those.
comments.
Oh, I see a slur. I
yeah.
see a slur.
Yeah.
We got two great
Yeah,
female
this guy
sportscasters on the
seems
show
like
today.
a really awful
Sports
human
writers.
being. So
Awful.
All right, we got to hit a break. Christina Long joins us next. She'll tell us about practice, what she's seeing down there as the Hogs are in the middle of it with just a couple of weeks until the first game, and then Heather Dinich a little bit later. All guests join us on the Gasano's Pizza Hotline at 7:30. Good morning.
we got wackos, people. There are wackos everywhere. There are wackos everywhere.
I call them our base. I mean, you call them wackos if you want.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under 30 grand. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We're just kind of wading through it, figuring it out with you this morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Are you a real estate agent looking for more than just a place to hang your license? Then it's time to discover the difference at Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. At Weichert, you'll find industry-leading training, powerful marketing tools, hands-on support, and a team that's invested in your success. Whether you're a brand new agent or a seasoned professional, Weichert gives you the resources you need to grow your business and reach your goals. Ready to learn more? Text CAREER to 479-306-6139. Your next chapter starts here.
Hog fans, your 5-time SEC champion Razorback soccer team is back in action on Thursday night at 6:30 when they take on number 8 North Carolina. It's a whiteout, and the first 500 fans will receive an Arkansas soccer hat. Come support Coach Hale and the Hogs at Razorback Field. Tickets are just $16 for adults and $11 for kids. Head to ArkansasRazorbacks.com or call 479-575-5151 to secure your tickets today.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I think you will see this team this year play hard, play smart, give themselves a chance to win. I'm not naive, and I don't think there's going to be, they're not going to run the table, and there's probably going to be a game or two in there you lose, you think you ought to win, and hopefully there's some games in there that nobody thinks you're going to win now that you find a way to win. But my sense, from being around these guys, just the minimal amount of time that they've been here and the minimal amount of time I've been around them, we're going to know this team's been coached. I expect to see the turnovers reduced, and I expect to see the penalties go down. And I don't think the secondary is going to get beat quite as bad as maybe the secondary got beat last year. Some of that's contingent upon putting pressure on the quarterback. So I think those areas, even though none of them are like, maybe by themselves aren't enough to, change their fortunes, if all three of those things happen, I do think they're going to be better.
That's what you want in year one of a new regime. You want to feel like that you have taken a step to change things and to fix things and to be competitive in a way that you weren't previously. To me, that's the whole reason you make a change.
Last year was just like so bad.
For so long.
And it went from bad to worse. I mean, and by the end of it, nobody was a hold of the rope.
It was over by like 5 games into the season.
Well, when they lost at Memphis, it was over. And in retrospect. But one thing I do not think you'll see this year, I don't think you'll see this team, as the old saying goes, let go of the rope, which did happen last year. And that I don't think will happen this season. I will be very surprised if that happens. The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park, with full replays available on YouTube and Twitter, or catch up on all 3 hours with a podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search The Chuck and Bo Show.
Chuck and I have been doing radio our entire lives. We've been doing shows like this our entire lives. But I feel like we've been having these same conversations for 30 years, Chuck. And it is basically, how do we win at football?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All guests join us on the Gassano's Pizza Hotline. Gassano's has been doing it Chicago style since 2004. Try happy hour, 3 to 7, Monday through Friday. A buck off drafts, wells, and house wine, plus their happiest hour, 5 to 6 p.m. with $1.50 domestic drafts. And exciting news is they've got a second location opening in late August, right on the corner of Joyce and College. Gassano's Pizza, all over Northwest Arkansas. Fort Smith, Texarkana, and Joplin. Christina Long, WholeHogSports.com, joining us. And she's been seeing football practice with her own eyes, been reporting on it, talking about it. Christina, good morning. Glad you're here.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
What have you seen so far, Christina, that has led to any sort of thought process on what Arkansas may or may not have this year?
Yeah, it's been an interesting time to be watching practice. It's always interesting whenever you have some quarterback controversy, right? But what's been interesting to me is I feel like most other positions on this team are pretty much settled. Like, there's not a whole lot of debate about who's going to be starting at most other positions. There's some debate about who's going to be the key, figures in the rotation at spots like wide receiver or linebacker, behind those starters, or who else is going to be, a meaningful contributor. But I think that's been something where it's been pretty clear, I feel like, all of camp, who's starting at most other spots. But I think from a quarterback standpoint, to me, I have been pretty convinced that it was going to be KJ Jackson. I remain pretty convinced. AJ Hill, he didn't have a great first week. He had a much better week last week. But I just think that, they give you different things, but I just think that KJ is maybe a little bit more ready right now. So from a quarterback standpoint, that's kind of where I stand. But practice, yesterday was pretty fun. We got to see sort of I called it Oklahoma drill light. So that was the first time we'd gotten to see something like that, and it was fun to see the guys compete that way. And there's a little bit you can kind of try to learn from that too. So it's been good to be out there.
Christina, I'm going to ask you something that I admit is open to interpretation. But how do you see the players responding to these coaches, body language, all the things that you try to look at and read between the lines when you're watching practice? What are you seeing in that area?
I think it's been really good. I haven't seen anything that has, raised any particular red flags. I think this staff has done a really good job so far. I think particularly in running practice is really organized. And I think it's pretty high energy. I think, Silverfield's very high energy, seeing him run around out there. I think as far as how players are responding, there's nothing I've seen that's made me go, oh, that's a problem, or, oh, they don't respect this guy. I think, you get different amounts of it's interesting to watch different guys and how they respond, because some guys will ask for more help, or they'll have more of a back and forth with the coach. Not a talking back, but I don't understand what you need from me here. Like, help me understand. So it's interesting to kind of pick out some particular guys that how they kind of respond to feedback, because everybody does it a little bit differently. But I think overall, I haven't seen anything that's made me go, in that department.
All right, a little bit of a follow-up there. Who are the players leading the other players? Who are the guys that are leading practice?
Yeah, I think it varies quite a bit. I think a lot of it is kind of some of the guys you would expect, some of the returning guys, and also a lot of the guys that have been in this offense. So like a guy like Sutton Smith, which has been a little different. He's been a little bit limited in practice. But I think somebody like Sutton Smith, I think KJ Jackson and AJ Hill have both done a pretty good job with that. I think offensive line-wise, I think Jeff Myers has been, you asked about coaching, Jeff Myers has been a fun coach to watch. He's really easy to hear, so I feel like I can hear all of his feedback to guys. But I feel like, it's been interesting to hear coaches talk about some of the leadership aspects, particularly on defense, because, a guy like Quincy Rhodes, they're expecting to be a big star for this team. They're expecting to be a pretty big representative of this team. They want him to kind of lead and practice a little bit more. Hunter Osborne on the defensive line is a guy that is definitely a leader. He's really, really smart. And then I think, they've talked about at linebacker with Bradley Shaw. They really want him to take control of this defense because they want him to kind of have that, he's going to be the coach to player communication guy. They want him to step up, and he feels like that's something that's not, that he's had to grow into. Jamari Hawkins, a wide receiver, said the same thing. He's a guy that's a veteran of this offense. But he has talked about how he said something when he came into media the other day. He was like, it's really not kind of in my nature to be that way, but I want to, and I'm trying, which is funny because he was a pretty outgoing guy. Like, we were all thinking, you're not a talker? Like, you're really good at speaking. So I've liked him as well. And I think CJ Brown has stepped into that a little bit more, too, as a guy that's been on this team for a while.
Christina Long, WholeHogSports.com, talking Arkansas football. I'm sure you get the questions, too. Hey, you've been over at practice. What do you think of this team? How many games are we going to win? How do you respond to those questions when people ask you about viewing practice and what you've seen?
I typically tell people I think they will be better in different ways than last year. I don't know how many more wins it's going to translate to. Because, yes, the schedule, but also I don't think they're going to not win an SEC game. I think they can get one. I think we've talked a lot about how hard this schedule is. I do think that middle of that SEC slate, when you've got, like, Auburn, Vanderbilt, Missouri, South Carolina, like, there's winnable games in there, I think. So I do think, I think they're going to win more than 2 games. But I think it's going to look different. This is not going to be – I don't know how – last season the offense was really exciting. At minimum the offense was exciting, even if it was at times unpredictable, at times, gave you headaches. But it was productive. I think this is going to be a different style. I think this is going to be a lot more run game heavy. I don't think they're going to score as many points. And so it's just going to look different. And I don't know if it's going to be the fireworks that we've seen, last year, either for better or worse. Fireworks.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Have you gotten any indication toward that end right there, how they're going to manage the clock, what their style is going to be? Some guys are trying to score as fast as they can. Other guys are managing that scoreboard. What's your early read in that area?
It's a little unclear to me so far because I'm not totally sure. I haven't watched a whole lot of Memphis, so I'm not sure kind of what the strategy was with Memphis. I know this staff has been they've really emphasized that they're going to do, they try not to get too stuck in their ways in terms of they want to adapt things to the personnel that they have. So I do think it might change a little bit depending on, which quarterback you have. But I think they don't strike me as, score as fast as you can, if that makes sense. I think it's going to be a little bit more calculated. But it's been a little bit hard to tell, and they're playing some things closer to the vest, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they like to play fast, but also ball control too. And I think what exactly. You're alluding to there is when I hear Silverfield talk, I hear about a complete football team. Like we always hear, oh, you got to be good on special teams, but like that and taking care of the ball and managing the personnel that you have and not trying to give them too much to execute. And that's where we ended up seeing some of those bad plays last year. And what do you think the purpose is? Everybody we've talked to says they think KJ Jackson's going to be the quarterback. What do you think the purpose is of not naming him the quarterback? And what have you seen from A.J. Hill?
Yeah, I think, somebody asked, Silverfield pretty straight up, what is the point, basically, or what is the benefit of having this? And I think part of it, from a coaching standpoint, they don't want they want quarterbacks to have to kind of strive for it. They don't want somebody who is kind of resting on their laurels, if that makes sense. I also think there's always the competitive advantage aspect. Our early opponents have to prepare for 2 quarterbacks. So there's a little bit of that kind of gamesmanship happening. I think also, they wanted to give A.J. Hill, a fair shot at this. I think they do believe in him. I think they do believe in him for the future. He was the highest rated recruit Memphis had ever had, I think. And I think it was big for them to get him over here. And I do think that he's somebody that they have faith in, and they didn't want to just bring him over here and say, you're guaranteed to sit. I think they wanted to give him a fair shot. I think they also probably wanted to see what they had in KJ Jackson, in person. They felt good enough about him, obviously, from the tapes and want him to stay, but I think they also needed to, you do have to see it still. And so I think they didn't want to get ahead of themselves. Now, why you carry that into fall, I think that's kind of that gamesmanship thing. It's kind of that you want guys to press kind of thing. As far as A.J. Hill, he's just kind of he's different from KJ Jackson. He's a little bit more mobile. He's a little bit more physical, I would say. Tim Cramsey has described it for as KJ maybe gives you more before the snap. He's maybe better in his reads. He's quicker to get the ball out. That kind of thing. He's better earlier, and A.J. Hill's maybe a little bit better after. He's a little bit more, he can maybe extend the play with his legs a little bit better, or something like that. So they give you kind of different skills. And so, yeah, I think run game is going to be important for them either way that they go.
Lines of scrimmage. You talked about, compared to maybe what you'd seen before. Let's just talk about how they look, size, how they fill out the uniform. What do they look like lines of scrimmage-wise as opposed to maybe what you've seen before?
Yeah, somebody was asking me about this the other day, and I think size-wise, I wouldn't say that they're, remarkably big guys, but I don't think that they're undersized either. I think they're pretty standard. I think compared to years past, it's hard for me to know compared to years past. I think as far as areas I feel good about, I do actually feel good about this defensive line. I think depth is a little bit of a question just because there's a lack of experience behind them, but I don't think there's a lack of talent. And so I think I feel good about those starting guys. I like that kind of jack position. I think between Charlie Collins and Javonte Waller, and I'm excited about Steven Souls on the other side of Quincy Rhodes. So that's one position that it's not it doesn't feel lost in terms of who's starting, but I think they like Souls over there and Collins as well. I think offensive line-wise, I have a little bit of concern about the tackle spots just because Broussard is not that experienced, and I think Bryant Williams has looked like he's needed some growth as he gets here to the SEC. He was a really highly rated guy. He has no shortage of talent, but I think execution-wise, there's been a little bit of a question there for me. So I'm a little bit dubious about the tackle spots. And then I think the interior of the offensive line is where you have more experience between those 3 guys. So that's kind of my read on the lines there.
There you go. There's a complete look at it. Christina, thank you for hopping on with us. Thank you for the work you do at WholeHogSports.com. We'll do it again sometime. Appreciate you making time for us this morning.
Thank you, Christina.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Always. Great work. Great look at it.
Remember what she said right there when she talked about the tackles, the inexperience of tackle. That might be why they're getting 2 quarterbacks ready to play. I mean, that's as serious as I can be.
I know,
that's as serious as I can be.
There's still a chuckle.
If you've got question marks at that tackle spot on the offensive line, you better get 2 quarterbacks ready because somebody's going to get hit.
I think they're both going to play. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be equal playing time, but I think you'll see both of them.
You got to be able to run the ball. If they can run the ball, KJ Jackson, I think, gives them the best chance to win. If they can't run the ball, they're not going to beat anybody anyway.
Hey, if you're looking for a place to tailgate where you can always win before the game, the 1910 Club has you all set up this year. It's on Oliver Street, just steps from Razorback Stadium, and every spot comes with Wi-Fi, power hookups, real bathrooms, and a club crew handling all the details so you don't have to. The 1910Club.com. The1910club.com. The1910.com. Does anybody know the significance of 1910 in the 1910 Club? Razorback history. What happened in 1910?
That wasn't that's not Hugo Bezdek.
It is.
Wild Band of Razorbacks?
Yes, that's when the name changed to Razorbacks.
Yep, that's right.
There you go. Chuck was waiting for you to answer. He was
No,
just
I knew you were
his
gonna
tongue.
get it.
He was
I knew
holding
you
his
were gonna
tongue.
get it.
The1910club.com. Find your tailgate spot today. Could be game by game, or you can get a season-long tailgate spot just steps from Razorback Stadium. Good morning, Chuck and Bo. You guys are part of my family. Everyone that listens to this show is just part of the Chuck and Bo family. We're building a community here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yingling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yingling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yingling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly.
There's no better place to watch a game than Walk On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, catch all the summer sports action while you cool off with mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like po' boys and gumbo, plus burgers, ice-cold draft beers, and cocktails made for hot days. Incredible food, outstanding service, and a game day atmosphere that never takes a season off. Visit one of the 5 locations across Arkansas today, including Rogers and Fayetteville. Walk On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Thinking about buying or selling a business? Well, trust the experts at Arkansas Business Brokers, powered by Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. Whether you're ready to sell a business you've built from the ground up, or you're looking for the perfect opportunity to become your own boss, Arkansas Business Brokers can guide you through every step of the process. Their experienced team helps make complex transactions simple. Text BUSINESS to 479-306-6139 for a free consultation, or visit arkansasbusinessbrokers.com.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. fsbank.com, member FDIC.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. You're right, Chuck. You're right. You're right.
You're not wrong, Chuck.
Because
that's
we don't
all I
want.
wanted to hear. That's really all I wanted to hear.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
This football season, it's time to tailgate like you mean it. The 1910 Club is Fayetteville's premier game day destination, just steps from Razorback Stadium, and it's got everything you need already waiting for you. Wi-Fi, power, and real bathrooms, plus a crew that runs the show so you can just show up and have a good time. Get a full season spot or pick the individual games you want. Log on at the1910club.com. That's the1910club.com. Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
You know, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
By the way, good morning. We just kind of jumped in, and we're
Hey,
coffee deep. And hey, everybody,
Morning, Bart.
welcome in.
Edward.
I smell the bacon cooking. It's going to be a good day.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Senior college football insider for ESPN, Heather Dinich, coming up at 8:02 this morning. It's National Radio Day. Chuck, what do you want to do?
Oh, I don't know.
Celebrate some Paul Harvey.
Yeah, maybe some Paul Harvey. Little rest of the story. You guys too young to remember Lum and Abner at the Jot 'em Down store. That's old radio right there.
I heard some
you guys
old-time
tilting your
radio
heads.
stuff. I didn't know that. I heard some old-time radio stuff. They were telling me a story. They were like cartoons on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
They were,
Gather around the radio.
Yeah.
Gather around the
Exactly.
radio.
Paul Harvey, obviously a great one. Riley, what do you remember about the radio growing up? Did you have a radio in your house?
No. In the car?
In the car,
That's about
yes.
the best we got.
Yeah,
so.
but no radio in the house.
No.
Bart, do you have a radio in your house?
Yeah, like alarm clock
No,
radio.
no, just a radio. Like
Oh,
Did you have a transistor radio
No.
right by your pillow?
Like a
Was
stereo
that your window
system.
to the world?
No.
Like you turn like the stereo system. You turn the knob,
I mean,
and the
hi-fi?
needle
Do you have a
goes
hi-fi?
across.
Okay, there was no needle. It was digitized.
Yeah.
Do you know what record burn means? No. Then you're not you're too young.
Yeah.
If you're not into National Radio Day, that sucks. What about National Bacon Day?
I'm into that.
Everybody gets behind some bacon, can't they?
That's right.
Chuck and Bo on demand wherever you get podcasts, YouTube. It's driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park at 7:55. Good Thursday morning. Having good vision enhances every part of your life, and that is why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. They have great doctors and staff that meets all your vision needs. I recently picked up a pair of new sunglasses, and the attention to detail and customer service was on another level. We all have preferences on the look of our shades, but checking out the different lenses helped me land the best pair I've ever had. And Doctors Betts and Mengarelli have helped numerous athletes get their best vision. Go see our friends at McDonald Eye Associates and see the best. The 1910 Club is taking tailgating to another level. It's on Oliver Street, just steps from Razorback Stadium. And every spot comes with Wi-Fi, power hookups, real bathrooms, and a club crew handling all the details so you don't have to. And if you're not ready for a full season, single game spots are available for nearly every home game. Pick your exact spot on the interactive map at the1910club.com. That's the1910club.com. Get in the club and tailgate like you mean it.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Macadoodles, customer service is the #1 priority, and it starts at the top with founder Roger Gildehouse.
It starts with the guy running it. If you make customer service your #1 issue, my people, you couldn't find one that wouldn't tell you that what's the most important thing to Roger when we open these doors every day, and they would tell you customer service. We have to take care of the customer.
Macadoodles, prioritizing customers since 1997.
Oh, no, I don't want Lane Kiffin at LSU. I want weird stuff going on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork.
High school athletics at its best. If you aren't following Varsity Vibe, what are you waiting for? We're your go-to source for the latest information on what's happening around the state and showcasing the players and teams that bring the action to life. Sure, we've got your highlights, scores, and all-access interviews, but we're also keeping you up to date with our newsletter twice a week and our weekly podcast. Subscribe now at varsityvibearkansas.com. Follow us on Instagram, X, Facebook, and TikTok, and make sure you're in the know. Varsity Vibe Arkansas, we've got it covered.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question, the work that they're able to do with them in the sun. It used to be you couldn't stand on a hill a mile away and watch them practice if you're a coach. And now you get like 2 hours a week on-field work, which I think they broke up into like 14 OTAs over the summer. And you get 2 hours of film study with them, in addition to, the time that the strength staff gets to spend with them. So you do have a lot of carryover from spring, summer, and into fall camp. And so, yeah, it does feel like they hit the ground running. I have to be careful sometimes, guys, because when I say, I think they'll be good at this spot. I think they'll be good here. Sometimes when I say that, I just mean I think they'll be average. I love football, and I get excited like anybody else. I mean, I'm probably, depending on how things go, going to be somewhere around 4 wins, give or take. Maybe I go up to 5 if I really like what I see. Maybe I drop it down to 3. But when I say stuff like, I always have to be careful with that because I get excited. But when I say something's going to be good, sometimes I just mean they're going to be average. And I think that they have a roster that is good enough. If they can do those things, penalties, turnovers, special teams, if they can do those things and they have a quarterback that is at least competent, that doesn't just kill them, that they could get to a bowl game. People look at the schedule and say, well, this is the most brutal thing ever, and there's no way that they're going to be. Teams do that kind of stuff. There's things that happen. You look at a team that is what they are right now, what they're projected. You don't know what's going to happen to Auburn. You've seen the slate Auburn has before they play Arkansas. Who knows? Shane Beamer could be on the hottest of hot seats. He could be out of there by the time Arkansas plays them, and that's in Fayetteville. There are things that can unfold throughout the course of the season that you just don't expect.
Never miss a moment of the Chuck and Bo Show on demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Watch us on YouTube, Twitter, every weekday, or stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Sorry to disappoint the media, but very rarely do I bring up the media in team meetings about motivation. It's hour 2 of practice. We're not thinking about what the media voted us, right? Hopefully we all practice pissed off, right? Hopefully we all want to be great.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You're just talking. You're just talking.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
Cheats, steals.
He's a real talk show host.
Live from the Warfield Distillery Studios, Idaho's most awarded Distillery.
Let it out.
Let it out.
Let it rip.
Let it go.
If you're a Hawk fan, be a Hawk fan.
Hey, Bo, you're wrong.
Come in at your own risk. Nobody's safe in here.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Morning, it's 8:02 on the Chuck and Bo Show, a Thursday, Plunge Pool Thursday from Burton Pools and Spas. Heather Dinich, ESPN Senior College Football Insider, covers the college football playoff. So we're going to ask her all about Arkansas's chances to get there, of course. And,
sure, she's been thinking about that.
Yeah, she's written a book called Never Flinch, and she's joining us now. Heather, good morning. How are we?
Good morning, Heather.
Good morning, guys. Listen, when I think about Arkansas football right now, I'm thinking about Hunter Yurachek in the hot seat on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, that's a different kind of hot seat. So it feels like with some people here, he's on a hot seat, you know.
More than one.
Yeah, and then it gets grilled in that chair on Tuesdays. Hey, why did the committee pick this and put this team there and wherever? I get to see Heather during the college football playoff with Inside the College Football Playoff. But Heather, I'm interested in this book. We are interested to hear more about this book you've written. What brought this about, and why did you write this book, and what is it about?
Thank you so much for your interest in it. I really genuinely appreciate that. It's a little bit of something for everything, and it's lessons learned, really, from decades of interviews with legendary coaches, Bob Knight, Joe Paterno, Nick Saban, but also taking those lessons and combining them with everything else that we all deal with in life. I've been put in a unique position. No one else has this job, and I realized, through this process of writing the book that it's okay for me to say that. No one else has done this. Literally no one else has had this path that I've had career-wise as a female in a male-dominated industry with coaches like the ones I've mentioned. And to do that while raising 3 boys and covering college athletics through this transitional time, going to the White House and dealing with everything else in my personal life at the same time, I thought I can entertain people and I can inform people and I can help people. And so I wanted to use my platform to check all those boxes.
As you said, you have visited with college football royalty, some of the greatest coaches that have been out there. I'm not going to ask you who you think's the best. I'm going to ask you who you enjoyed being around the most.
Oh, wow. Honestly, Bobby Bowden was one of my favorite personalities to be around from a coach from that era. And sit in his room, in his office, he was so personable, affable. He was able to laugh at himself, and he was endearing. I mean, his number was in the phone book, and I would call him at his house, and his wife would answer the phone, and I would hear her saying, "Hey, Bobby, Heather's on the phone from ESPN," and he would take my call. I mean, are you kidding me? On his landline. And he went through stuff. He went through a lot of stuff at the end of his career, and it didn't work out, I'm sure, the way he would have wanted it to in the end. But again, with the lessons learned from dealing with these coaches all in different ways and covering the college football playoff. And Bo, you know what it's like, a sliver on my end from being with me on Selection Day. But I'm telling you, there is so much more to what goes on behind the scenes covering the college football playoff for ESPN, and that's a big part of it.
And we can read about that. Now, Heather, Riley is in here, and Riley is an aspiring female sportscaster. Am I saying that right, Riley? I don't want to put you in a box.
No, yeah, that's right.
What kind of advice, you can speak directly to Riley, would you give her starting out on this journey?
Oh, Riley, God bless you. There are so many things in this book that are written for you. And the piece of advice I would give you is stay strong, because people are going to come at you. And it does not matter if you've never played the sport of football, because I had a young woman come up to me at Big Ten Media Days. And, she, like you, she wanted to talk to me about the industry. And she asked me, have you ever had imposter syndrome? And I was like, what do you mean? And she said, well, do you ever question if you belong? And it broke my heart. And I looked at her and I was like, you know what? I said, before I covered Penn State football, I went to the Penn State football coaches, their high school coaches clinic. And I attended the events that they had to learn more about the sport of football. And I walked up to their offensive line coach, Dick Anderson at the time, and I said, please teach me about zone blocking. And he very patiently did just that. And I told her, people respect you when you ask questions and you show a genuine interest and a passion for what they do, no matter what it is. And you do not have to be a news reporter to cover a fire. You don't have to rob a bank to cover a burglary, you know? Like, we're smart. What you do have to do is you have to work your ass off and you have to prepare, because that's where your confidence comes from when you're put in the situation to perform.
There you go.
Thank you.
You
That's
got
really good information.
any follow-up questions? We're putting you on the spot.
I
Sorry.
know I wasn't prepared.
But
for
I saw an opportunity. I mean, we have Heather Dinich on. She's written a book about it. We'll get you the book, Riley. How about that? Heather, before we move on and talk a little more football, what are some of the obstacles and challenges that people like you face? You talked about the things that happen behind the scenes and covering the college football playoff. Both as a female and just as a reporter, what are some challenges that you're facing to try to get to do your job and tell people what's going on?
Well, it's pressure to never be wrong, honestly. I mean, you know, if some people can make mistakes and people just roll with it, but if a woman in a man's industry makes a mistake, it's magnified. No, there's no way around that. And you can make mistakes. You can fail. You have to learn from them and don't make them again. And I think that that's one of the things, but also just juggling family life. I think women feel such a pressure to do everything all at once, especially if you want to be in a position that's highly successful. And it's like, you can do all these things, but you have to ask for help. You have to have friends and family around you, and you have to let down your guard a little bit and be willing to do that. And, you know, people ask me all the time, how do you do this? I'm like, you kidding me? I'm in the Gaylord, Texan. I got a king-size bed. I'm watching college football. My husband's trying to get 3 boys to 3 different sports, feed everybody, and keep everybody alive. He's the one you need to ask, how do you do all this?
That's funny. It's a role reversal in a lot of cases. Heather Dinich with us on the Gasano's Pizza Hotline, ESPN. All right, let's talk about the football season. So we've been combing over the preseason top 25s. We kind of chuckle at them. I mean, who really knows? But that's kind of a launching pad to talk about, like, what we think is going to happen or not going to happen. What are a couple of storylines that you find to be really intriguing as we get football underway?
Well, I think the biggest storyline is at the top, where it is wide open. I mean, you look at those top 5 teams, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Georgia, Oregon, any of those teams can be number one as we sit here right now. Texas is who I have number one at the minute. But then there are people asking, well, is Indiana underrated at number 6? They just won the national title, had one of the best stories in all of sports, not just college football. And my response to that is, well, if you're ranking coaches, yes, Indiana would be number 1. Cignetti's the best coach in the country right now. But they have more questions than the teams, I think, that are ranked above them. And when we're doing preseason rankings, which are harder than they've ever been before with transfer portal and NIL, then you've just simply got to stick with what you know. And those teams that are above Indiana right now are loaded.
Heather, you said you had Texas number 1 right now. What's happened with Sark over the last 4 or 5 years? We played them when they first came in the league, and they weren't very good, or they were getting ready to come in the league, and they weren't very good at the start of Pittman's era. What's he done over the past 4 or 5 years there that's just got them to the point now where they certainly appear to be the team to beat?
Well, I think it's a combination of 2 things. One, it's recruiting to the point where you can lose double-digit NFL draft picks and still be a contender the next year. That is really difficult to do. I mean, and if you think back, 2 years ago, I guess, when you have an Arch Manning sitting on your bench in an era where it's nearly impossible to keep a number 2 QB that you don't have questions about, let alone a kid with the last name Manning, that's unbelievable. And then to add a coaching staff and the hire of Will Muschamp this year as defensive coordinator, I mean, between the pieces on the field and the pieces on the sideline and in the booth, you have everything you need right now this year to contend for the national title. Last year was premature. I was not on the Texas bandwagon last year. I will unabashedly say that I had Penn State and Clemson 1 and 2 at this time a year ago because of what we knew on paper and what we thought. This year, I'm all in on Texas.
You talk to people inside the college football playoff world every day, and we get tired of talking about this, but just because we have you, I'm going to ask you, when is expansion coming, and how many teams will there be?
Well, they're still trying to figure that out is the appropriate answer. My gut feeling is I would be surprised if it went to 24 in 2027. And I say that just because of logistically how difficult it's getting as each day passes to unravel conference championship games. And that's what you need to do with a 24-team field. And so as they've been talking, all of my sources have said that there's been no guarantee presented by anyone in the TV industry that says if you take away these conference championship games, in the SEC is roughly between $80 to $100 million. There's no guarantee that a 24-team field is going to compensate for that revenue. And so I think that's why there's some in the SEC that have pause about that. So I believe the college football playoff will expand at some point, probably sooner than later, because the one thing everyone does agree on is that there needs to be more teams.
Heather, if you read another book, would you consider writing one on the Arkansas fan base? The pain, the heartbreak, the dark clouds,
Come spend the season with us.
We almost almost win. Maybe next year. If you were writing a book, or just speak to the Arkansas, I know you may not be prepared for this, so I'm going to put you on the spot. What would you tell the Razorback fan base as Ryan Silverfield begins a new era here?
Two things. One, I love the hire. I've followed Silverfield's career. I think he's a great coach and a great human. So keep the faith there. Two, as a graduate of Indiana University, anything is possible. I mean, I don't know what else to say beyond that, because when I used to introduce myself to people, I would say I'm probably the most unbiased college football reporter we have at ESPN because I went to IU, and it's getting a little bit harder to say that.
That is a something you never thought you were going to have to deal with. And there you are covering your alma mater in the college football playoff. Well, Heather, thanks for joining us. Good luck with the book. Never Flinch. You can get it on Amazon, I'm sure, and wherever you buy your books, bookstores. You've had it out for a while now, right?
No, it's a pre-order now. It's not coming out till April. So
I looked at April
on sale, April 20th.
and didn't see the 27th.
Yeah. So pre-order.
I was like,
now.
It's been out since April. I didn't know that.
No, I got you. But I want to thank you guys for taking care of Riley and really supporting women in this industry, because part of it is a lot of us, most of us, can't do this no matter how good you are without the help of supportive males in the industry, and that's important. So
well, she's a real talent, and you're going to be seeing her someday, no doubt. And thank you for coming on with us, and appreciate your words.
Thank you, Heather.
Thank you, guys.
All
Thanks,
the best
guys.
to
Take
you.
care.
Take care. Get those kids to school while you're still at home. Heather Dinich, ESPN, college football insider, and wrote the book Never Flinch. All guests join us on the Casanos Pizza Hotline. We're brought to you in part by Warfield Distillery. We're in the Warfield Distillery Studios. They've got a tasting tomorrow night at Liquor Barn in Fayetteville from 4 to 7. If you haven't tried this and you're in the area, try it out. 4 to 7 tomorrow night, Idaho's most awarded distillery, whiskey from the Idaho Highlands. They've got unique mountain climate of Idaho that contributes to the character and the quality of every bottle, and now it's Arkansas-owned. Warfield offers a lineup that includes American single malt whiskey, vodka gin, and barrel-aged gin. DrinkWarfield.com. Go there and find where you can get it near you. 8:17, good morning. Nobody gets you ready for football season quite like the Chuck and Bo Show.
That's right.
Nobody.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Good news, your next luxury getaway is only a short drive away. At Oaklawn Hot Springs, stay in a Forbes recommended resort hotel. Unwind at Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And make dinner a destination at 2 Forbes recommended restaurants, the Bugler and the Oak Room and Bar. Add a 24/7 smoke-free casino, live entertainment, and all the thrills that make Oaklawn Hot Springs a premier resort destination. Join the fun. Plan your stay at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hog fans, your 5-time SEC champion Razorback soccer team is back in action on Thursday night at 6:30 when they take on number 8 North Carolina. It's a whiteout, and the first 500 fans receive an Arkansas soccer hat. Come support Coach Hale and the Hogs at Razorback Field. Tickets are just $16 for adults and $11 for kids. Head to ArkansasRazorbacks.com or call 479-575-5151 to secure your tickets today.
In a world full of shortcuts, one whiskey refused. 100% local Idaho barley, aged in Idaho's mountain climate. For complexity you can taste, a spirit that answers to the land and no one else. This is not just whiskey. This is a declaration. Warfield, American single malt whiskey from Idaho's most awarded distillery. Set the standard. Available at select spirits retailers nationwide. Drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
Are you a real estate agent looking for more than just a place to hang your license? Then it's time to discover the difference at Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. At Weichert, you'll find industry-leading training, powerful marketing tools, hands-on support, and a team that's invested in your success. Whether you're a brand new agent or a seasoned professional, Weichert gives you the resources you need to grow your business and reach your goals. Ready to learn more? Text CAREER to 479-306-6139. Your next chapter starts here.
Hey, I'm sorry if this makes too much sense. I am more than happy to hear where I'm off on this.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered.
Having what they came down here for in stock on the shelf is very important. You're going to find everything that you could possibly want. I've heard customers tell me, Bo, over the years that they may be sitting around, somebody brings up some weird name whiskey, and somebody will chime in and say, well, if anybody's got it, it's going to be Macadoodles.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yuengling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yuengling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yuengling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly.
Who says bigger is always better? Burton Pools and Spas is the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles with easy maintenance and more time for fun. Cool off after work, relax with family, or host friends for game day. And right now, installed plunge pool packages start under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas' 5 convenient locations or visit burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life. When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
4:45 in the morning. You know what you're going to do? You're going to hit the snooze button for losers. A snooze button saying, I'm not ready for what today has in store for me. So guess what? We're going to sit there and say, yes. That alarm goes off. I'm hitting the damn ground saying, hell yeah.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
We've been sitting on it. Bart's been waiting. He came into my office at about 5:45 this morning and said, I'm ready to go off on this thing. And I'm like, well, like, Bart, like, how's that different from any other day? It's just what the thing is.
Bart goes off.
When Bart's like, and maybe
we have
he's
music
lost,
for this?
maybe he's lost some of his, I don't know, enthusiasm by now, having sat in here for 2 hours and 21 minutes.
I can see it building right now.
Do you think this is appropriate music for him? This is classic NFL films music.
The autumn wind is a pirate.
I was going to read the practice report to this the other day.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That would have been better. Maybe we'll come back to that. All right, what do you have, Bart? In the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room, we've got 16 players.
Got another TRO, another temporary restraining
So let's set
order.
this up. This is the class of 2022.
Yeah.
So when they came out with the new rule, 5 years to play, 5 years of eligibility.
Let me just
The class
read.
of 22 said, wait, you're starting with the class of 23?
Yeah.
So last year, like we had one more year later, we get a fifth year? We get a fifth year. So now you got all these guys. 16 guys have signed with teams who weren't eligible just a couple of weeks ago. Arkansas signed a couple of them. But somebody signed yesterday that has made 2 sacks in an NFL preseason game.
Frankly, these guys are not eligible for NCAA competition. Like let's be very, very clear about that.
Jack Pyburn
this
is the guy, by the
this
way.
is a judge who's making a mockery of his profession. These guys are not eligible to compete in the NCAA. Jack Pyburn, among the 16 players, he is currently rostered with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and had 2 sacks, as Bo alluded to, in their most recent preseason game. Had 2 sacks playing for an NFL team in a game, has a signed contract with an NFL team. The Bucs own his rights, like his contractual rights, and he's trying to go back to play college football. This guy is a capital L loser. Like just
Wow.
capital
Personal shot there.
Oh my God!
like
So
all
you're
these
not-
guys,
you're not
all
for
these
it?
guys are.
You're not
all
for it?
these guys are.
Yeah.
These are all losers.
He's
How
just
big-
taking advantage of the
how-
system, Bart.
How big a loser do you have to be
Whoa.
to make it to the pinnacle of your sport, to make it to the NFL, have a chance to be one of the best guys in the world at what you do, and be like, nah, you know what? I'm actually going to go back and do a little money grab, NIL money grab, maybe take away some money from somebody else or spot away from somebody else who deserves it or should have that spot, just because I'm selfish and maybe I can't cut it at this NFL level. You signed an NFL contract.
On the table. There you go.
You are ineligible to play. The Charles Bediako case is the precedent here. That is the precedent.
You need some whiskey?
My
You want some Warfield whiskey?
my thought is that this is
bring you a
going
bottle.
to
Hammer it.
this is going to get overturned very quickly.
Do you think so?
Citing the Bediako ruling as the precedent, because again, these guys signed NFL contracts. They are ineligible to play college football. It doesn't matter what this joke of a judge has to say.
But it does.
Right now, sure. Right now, sure.
Okay.
But
All right, I'll be quiet.
But this guy,
I'll be quiet.
this judge in Louisiana, shockingly that this happens in Louisiana. I'm just flabbergasted that it happens in
You don't seem
that
to be at a
state.
loss for words, though.
This guy is making a mockery of being a judge, of what a judge is supposed to do. He should be barred. Like, he should be barred from practicing. He should lose his position as a judge.
Was he practicing the law?
No, I don't think so.
Is he-
I don't think he is accurately interpreting anything. Again, there is precedent. There is precedent. A court ruled that Charles Bediako signed a pro contract, and that made him ineligible to play college basketball, right? That's precedent. That's all you need. It's over. It's done. These guys are all, everybody who is doing this, everybody who is a part of this, everybody who's orchestrating this behind the scenes, they are all losers. They are all selfish people who represent the worst of us.
Dang, Bart.
And they should be mocked and humiliated, because like this is part of what's wrong. all that's wrong with college athletics is people like this, people doing stuff like this. It's the Cody Campbells at Texas Tech. It's the Ken Paxtons. It's all those guys.
Ken Paxton.
Those guys are losers, man, and they need to get out of the sport. They need to be out of the sport. They need to not have anything to do with college athletics. It is just abhorrent stuff. You signed an NFL contract. Go play in the NFL. Go play in the NFL.
What happens to the guy who, just if I could ask a question, wondering what happens to this Pyburn guy that is going back to LSU, who's had 2 sacks in NFL preseason games, and the Bucs own his NFL rights. What happens to his NFL future?
The Bucs still own his NFL rights.
So if he goes to LSU this year and plays,
he doesn't go through the draft or anything like that.
He just go back to Tampa Bay next year.
Well, I don't think that.
What
would
about
happen.
when the college season's over? Could he just go play for the Bucs the rest of their season? Because the NFL season goes on a little bit longer.
I mean, theoretically, I'm just theoretically. I don't know. These are new situations, so unprecedented.
It's a very complicated situation. There was some reporting about that. The Bucs do have his NFL rights. He got a signing bonus.
Whenever he has to give that
whenever he returns to the NFL, the Bucs would have his rights.
So they could waive him. Somebody could pick him up. He can still play in the NFL.
They could freeze him out.
He either get blackballed or whatever. But
I think he would get blackballed.
But you think so?
Not if he can play.
Yeah, I agree.
If
this isn't gambling.
Here's the reality of these 16 players, and principally, Bart, I don't agree with, or I don't disagree with what you said. I don't know that I would have been quite as strong about it, but I don't principally disagree with you. But if these guys, if even 1 or 2 of these guys is good, because I think they are going to get to play for a while. If even one of them's good, everybody's going to be trying to do this. I mean, and look, we got a couple of them here, and I hope they do well. We could use them. So, I mean, to me, I don't like it. It's a screwy system. But, I mean, what do you do? If everybody else is doing it, what are you supposed to do?
I'm just looking at I have a little bit of a problem with you calling them losers. And here's why. Because if you go to the top of your profession, anybody, whomever it is, okay, let's just say, you could argue whether ESPN is the top of our profession, but let's say that your dream had been to work at ESPN, and you signed an ESPN contract, and it became clear that you were not going to be what you thought you were going to be there. And the place that you worked previously, the Chuck and Bo Show, had fallen into some, lottery money. And we offered you more money than you were making before, and more money than you're making at ESPN sitting on the bench to come back. Would that make you a loser if you had signed a contract, but you were able to get out of it, and you were able to come back and work for the Chuck and Bo Show for a lot more money than you were making before?
Well, I think I understand where you're going with that, Bo, but I think it's comparing apples to bumper boats. There's a rule in place here that prohibits.
Well, a judge has said it's okay for you to do this.
Right. The judge is a moron, though, and
he's an LSU fan.
But the law doesn't work like that. Like
it's a temporary restraining order, though. It's not a law. This thing can be overturned tomorrow.
Well, that's that, and then right. it'll change. But for today, it's legal.
I don't like using words like that because, no, it is not legal. It is against, in terms of the NCAA rules, it is against the rules. It is against the rules to sign a professional contract and then go back and play college sports. It is against all of the rules that have ever existed in the history of college athletics.
So your issue is only with the people that signed professional contracts. So if you went to minicamp or training camp and got cut, and then you came here,
well, you would have signed a contract. You would have signed a contract.
But so Arkansas is breaking rules.
Yes, and I said yesterday I do not like this. Like, I don't like it. I don't like that Arkansas is doing it.
I kind of like the fact that we're breaking rules like everybody else.
This isn't 1998.
We have finally gotten in the game. Right. Let's go.
Here's the thing, though, Bart. Seriously, a normal college student, they're in college and they get a job offer and they decide, I'm going to leave school and I'm going to go work for these guys. and they get into it a month or two down the road, and it's like, I don't know if I'm really ready for this. I'm going to go back to college. People do that every day.
But there's not a rule that says you can't do that.
I understand that.
You're not competing in anything.
I think we're hung up on
any of these NFL guys can go back to school and get a degree if they want to.
You're hung up on rules that are a moving target right now. Does that make sense?
No, because they're not.
Riley, we got to take a break.
They're not. They are not a moving target. And a court has ruled that they are not a moving target.
Another court ruled differently.
No, a rogue judge ruled differently.
He's a rogue judge.
Just so we're clear, I don't principally disagree with a word you're saying. I just don't know how you get around all this because there's a judge, it seems like, on every corner who's going to issue some kind of temporary restraining order. And the idea that, you're just going to live with this idea that all these things are going to get overturned, so we're not going to, we're not going to follow the crowd right now. I'm just telling you, you better go get these players.
The answer to things in life when you don't get your way is to not go throw a tantrum and file for a restraining order in a courtroom. That's not life. That's not real life.
I don't know. There's a lot of lawyers out there.
That's not real life.
It's real life for them every day. I hear you, though.
You are making a mockery. Like, these guys are making a mockery.
Discuss among yourselves at walk-ons today, over lunch, have a Yingling. You're going to need it. Flight by Yingling, just 95 calories, but it tastes like a Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. They've got it on tap at walk-ons where they have 60 televisions in every location or more. And great food, no matter what you get. It's all made from scratch. It's 8:33, the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning. We're just over here preaching the Razorback gospel today. We're going to pass the plate around right after we're done.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you or a loved one struggling with addiction? There is hope. John 3:16 Ministries is a free, faith-based 501c3 program that has helped more than 3,000 people transform their lives over the past 23 years. This long-term inpatient program includes lodging, counseling, medical care, and job training, all at no cost to you. In a period of 6 months to a year, you could graduate with a trade, a purpose, and a fresh start. A spiritual boot camp for men and a safe refuge for women. Log into john316thecure.com.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Kids, there's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
There's a place that pulses with possibility when you step through the door, where 1 second could change everything. That place is Oaklawn Hot Springs, home to a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,400 slots, over 30 table games, an exclusive high-limits area and sportsbook. And when you join Oaklawn Rewards, every play can earn points, comps, free play, and exclusive promotions, with new chances to win big every month. Join the fun. Plan your trip at Oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and are offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
Experience football game days on the Hill this fall as head coach Ryan Silverfield leads the Hogs into 2026. Great home matchups line the 7-game slate in Fayetteville, including kickoff in Arkansas on September 5th, the SEC home opener versus the Georgia Bulldogs on September 19th, and a Thanksgiving weekend rivalry battle with the LSU Tigers. Season tickets start at just $300 and are available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
The 1910 Club is taking tailgating to another level. It's on Oliver Street, just steps from Razorback Stadium. And every spot comes with Wi-Fi, power hookups, real bathrooms, and a club crew handling all the details so you don't have to. And if you're not ready for a full season, single game spots are available for nearly every home game. Pick your exact spot on the interactive map at the1910club.com. That's the1910club.com. Get in the club and tailgate like you mean it.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I think you will see this team this year play hard, play smart, give themselves a chance to win. I'm not naive, and I don't think there's going to be, they're not going to run the table, and there's probably going to be a game or two in there you lose, you think you ought to win, and hopefully there's some games in there that nobody thinks you're going to win now that you find a way to win. But my sense, from being around these guys, just the minimal amount of time that they've been here and the minimal amount of time I've been around them, we're going to know this team's been coached. I expect to see the turnovers reduced, and I expect to see the penalties go down. And I don't think the secondary is going to get beat quite as bad as maybe the secondary got beat last year. Some of that's contingent upon putting pressure on the quarterback. So I think those areas, even though none of them are like, maybe by themselves aren't enough to, change their fortunes, if all three of those things happen, I do think they're going to be better.
That's what you want in year one of a new regime. You want to feel like that you have taken a step to change things and to fix things and to be competitive in a way that you weren't previously. To me, that's the whole reason you make a change.
Last year was just like so bad.
For so long.
And it went from bad to worse. I mean,
just like
and by
season,
the end of it, nobody was a hold of the rope.
It was over by like 4 games, 5 games into the season.
Well, when they lost at Memphis, it was over. And in retrospect. But one thing I do not think you'll see this year, I don't think you'll see this team, as the old saying goes, let go of the rope, which did happen last year. And that I don't think will happen this season. I will be very surprised if that happens. The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park, with full replays available on YouTube and Twitter, or catch up on all 3 hours with a podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search The Chuck and Bo Show.
I'll tell you one thing, but listen, what a great show. The best sports show in the state is, no doubt, The Chuck and Bo Show. No doubt about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
What to Watch is brought to you by Macadoodles, a new show coming out on our YouTube channel. It's called Losers. It's hosted by Bart Pullman, and he just kind of goes through who's being a loser and says it like he means it.
Biggest losers.
We got a graphic we're making. It's Bart, his face, angry and screaming, and then there's a giant losers all cap with an exclamation point across the top, and then it's like tonight at 7.
We're working on a Netflix deal as well. For that,
why would we give our wealth to Netflix and share it with them when we could have it all with you and your show?
They're paying a lot.
Don't you think there's a bunch of losers there? What do you think? You're going to be talking about them at some point.
Well, maybe.
I mean, nobody's outside of the crosshairs of Bart Pullman.
No,
there's no one. There's no one that can escape that crosshair. He's got it in his sights. It's coming to you.
When the big words start flowing, when the spirit moves him, that's when you know when the words like abhorrent. You can tell that there's some spiritual movement going on with that. Yeah, he starts speaking in tongues, and it's you never know what's going to happen.
Look for Bart speaking at an Assembly of God church near you. Next summer. Next summer, the tent revivals, Bart Pullman, traveling evangelist.
1,000 times.
Donnie Tyndall and Bart Pullman together again. That's incredible.
Gotta get a snake.
Gotta
have some snakes.
You're going to need more than one. Yeah. What to Watch brought to you by Macadoodles. They've got the best assortment of beer, wine, and spirits with a level of service that's unmatched when it comes to taking care of you, the customer. 25,000 plus customers are earning loyalty points right now. They've got wine tasting every day, open to close. Wine Down Wednesdays, 15% off every bottle of wine. But the experience you get when you go to Macadoodles is unlike any other. You're planning for a watch party, a big event, a tailgate, whatever. You go to Macadoodles, they're going to give you customer service, like show you where everything is if you don't know. But it's always in the same places. They don't move things around. They'll help you carry it out to the car. You'll find Macadoodles north of Bella Vista in Pineville and at Guess Who in Bentonville. So beyond Bart's show, what are we watching? We got NFL preseason.
NFL preseason tonight. Raiders, Texans at 7 on ESPN.
Are there any future college players playing tonight?
Probably. Niners, Chargers at 9 on the NFL Network. More coming your way tomorrow. Jets and Steelers on the NFL Network. Packers, Broncos also there. And then there's a full slate of games on Saturday as well. So football is here. Doesn't count yet. But it's better than watching not football. So.
Doesn't count. Doesn't matter. But it's here.
Yeah.
We can also go to Hardee's this weekend. Or is it tomorrow? Friday. Tomorrow. We can go to Hardee's. Chuck thinks he can he can win the Monster Burger eating contest.
Now, what do you got to do to win this thing, Bart? What do you have to do?
Like 2.5 minutes to eat a triple-decker, the Monster Burger. It's got, a pound of bacon on it. It looks like 3 slices of cheese, and you could win like a football trip of a lifetime, Chuck. And,
to where?
It's
Vegas.
a Raiders
Vegas.
and Kansas City Chiefs game in Las Vegas. Here's the plan. This is the Morning Rush is going to be there doing this tomorrow with Ty and Tommy. Here's the plan, Chuck. You're going to go down there. We're going to have a camera crew following you. You're going to have a Chuck and Bo giant napkin tucked into your shirt. You're going to sit down at the table, and you're going to say the Chuck and Bo show is here. And like the old Anchorman day, Ron Burgundy style, you're going to hammer this burger in less than 2.5 minutes.
Piece of cake.
You're going to win the football trip of a lifetime. You're going to take a shot of Warfield whiskey right afterwards. You're going to slam it down on the table. You're going to walk out. You're going to have that first security Varsity Vibe jersey on. You're going to be double thumbs to the back where it says Chuck, double nickel, 55, and you're going to say, we win. And then you're going to give that trip away right here on the Chuck and Bo Show.
So, in other words, we're going to hijack their entire promotion and claim it as our own.
That is the plan.
And it is all contingent upon me eating the burger, right?
Yeah.
Piece of cake.
I figure
Easy.
you show up about 10 a.m. We get off the show at 9. They're going to be doing it like
Bart
9 to
breaking
11. You go
100.
down there, and you just show up about 10 and handle it. It says be there before 1 p.m., so you can't have a late lunch on this deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
You can do it.
And you've got to eat this in what's the
Like
what's
2.5
the time?
minutes.
Ah, it's easy, man.
Have you seen this burger? It's
Let's
the
see.
size of your face.
Let's see it.
It's the size of your face.
That is wow. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Now, I do believe
That's
some
like a
AI
heart.
was involved in the making of that
That's a
graphic.
big
I don't know
burger.
if that's actually what the burger looks like or not.
That's a big burger.
It's Hardee's Avenue, or
Hungry,
Hardee's on
hungry
Phoenix
heifer.
Avenue. So I don't even think you have to
hang
sign
on,
up.
I'm looking this.
You have to
thing
give
up.
your real
Just
name.
log in.
The Monster Burger features 2 quarter-pound beef patties, 4 strips of bacon, 3 slices of American cheese, and mayo on a brioche-style bun. It contains roughly 1,200 calories.
Play the fight song. Come on.
Exactly. Let's do it right now. I'm in. I'm in to watch Chuck. I'm in to watch Chuck. Immediate nap follows. So they have
got to
cots.
drive me back.
They have any cots to
I gotta have a
sleep it
driver.
off.
I gotta have a driver.
You should get a free 1-hour cot that comes with it. I mean, really.
Okay, wait. Hang on. More information here. One first prize winner will be determined to be the participant who has eaten the most Monster Burgers in 5 minutes.
Good Lord.
In the case of a tie, a winner will be chosen
So you-
based on how many total Monster Burgers were eaten.
So do you have to is there a qualifying round? Is there pool play?
I'm
you
not
you
certain.
have to qualify for the big money?
Do they have
I'm not
flights?
certain.
Can you win your flight?
Yeah.
Do they have like
I
a
don't
lightweight
know.
division?
Let's see.
They have a senior division.
I don't
Do you think Rod?
So
for
it's
my
not
40
about
could win that?
it's not about
It's
how
possible.
quickly you eat the burger. It's about how much burger you can eat in 5 minutes. So I guess they just keep bringing bringing you more burgers.
You eat until the time goes off, and whoever eats the most wins.
Yes.
Huh. What a deal.
What do you think the looks on the faces are like afterwards? Or at the very
Well,
end?
I'm looking at a photo, and right now it looks like pain.
Yeah.
It looks like regret. I'm seeing regret. I'm seeing pain.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of human.
Like WT Equipment, they can help you get the job done. I don't know if a Bobcat will help you mow through that burger.
I don't know.
But they can help you with work at home or on your land.
It can't hurt. That's here is the thing about WT Equipment, honestly, is they get to work and they get the job done. I don't care if it's your own land or you're working on a project, whatever you got going, they are ready to help. They've got great brands, the legendary Bobcat, Hustler, Steel. They've got it all. But what they really have is a staff that's ready to help you with your job, help you go to work. They do it every day. So regardless of what your job is, WT Equipment is part of the solution, and you can log on to WTEquip.com.
Just put a bunch of burgers in the front end loader, carry them out to the crew. Who can do it? Chuck and Bo Show. Derek, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
How about them hogs, gentlemen?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com. Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
You know, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. This football season, it's time to tailgate like you mean it. The 1910 Club is Fayetteville's premier game day destination, just steps from Razorback Stadium, and it's got everything you need already waiting for you. Wi-Fi, power, and real bathrooms, plus a crew that runs the show so you can just show up and have a good time. Get a full season spot or pick the individual games you want. Log on at the1910club.com. That's the1910club.com. Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
Yeah, see, this is what the Chuck and Bo Show is. You just show up and have coffee with you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mount. And the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home. Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
You know, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. The 1910 Club is taking tailgating to another level. It's on Oliver Street, just steps from Razorback Stadium. And every spot comes with Wi-Fi, power hookups, real bathrooms, and a club crew handling all the details so you don't have to. And if you're not ready for a full season, single game spots are available for nearly every home game. Pick your exact spot on the interactive map at the1910club.com. That's the1910club.com. Get in the club and tailgate like you mean it.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today. Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Bart's over there fact-checking. Kind of ruined.
Just ruined the whole day for me. Has everything I've said on this show been fact-checked?
This would not have happened. This would not have happened.
Have you gone home and fact-checked everything I've said?
No.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Book your getaway now at Oaklawn. It could be a weekend, could be a little staycation, could be a long weekend. Join the fun at Oaklawn's Hot Springs, Arkansas's only casino resort. The pool's open, will be for a while. Casinos rolling with great giveaways. The headline entertainment's happening at Oaklawn.com. Bart and Riley went to Gasano's last night. All guests join us in the Gasano's Pizza Hotline. I got a late invite.
It was a late or a late organized thing. It was a
but
late,
you still didn't get an invite.
Well, thanks for the invitation.
My guess is it's because they don't like to be told no. Like,
well, you don't know that I'd have said
like,
no.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Well, we're going to have an open invitation right now.
Yeah.
Trivia night at Gasano's is on Wednesdays.
Yeah, it was packed.
What time? Is it?
7
This is the
o'clock.
one
How'd
at
you
Fayetteville.
do?
Yeah.
How'd you do?
We did all right.
bad.
We did all right. We acquitted ourselves well. Riley is the
Riley says you're bad, and you say you're good.
We
What's the deal?
finished in the top third.
Does Riley have a higher standard than you have?
No, we finished in the top third of
finishing
teams.
10th is considered
We didn't
good.
finish 10th. We finished.
did.
We were 10th going into the final question, which we got right, and we jumped some teams and finished higher. We would have finished third, but Riley talked me out of an answer that was
Was
right.
Riley's fault?
Yes, it was.
Bart, I'm going to guess you got every question correct.
No.
Bart's pretty good at trivia.
Oh, I have no doubt.
Riley, would you have said, like, if we interviewed you right after, if you felt like a loser, like Bart was, calling people losers earlier, would you say, I feel like a loser?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Is Bart a good teammate?
I mean,
Oh, there's a good question.
yeah, I would say so. He knew a lot of the
Did
questions.
he
I didn't.
encourage you? Did he say that was a dumb answer?
But
Did he,
outside
Yeah.
of being the one that gets the answers right, is he a good teammate otherwise?
Did he
Or is he
encourage
kinda
you?
like-
Did he say, that's okay, Riley, you'll get the next one? Or did he say, how could you come up with an answer
You
like
suck.
that, Riley?
You stink.
loser.
It was somewhere in the middle,
I
a little
never
bit.
once said that.
Somewhere
Never
in the
once said
middle.
that.
They're never in the middle at Blakeman's. They're always right on top of their game. The purple bag never disappoints. It's undefeated. The customer experience is something you'll enjoy, whether it's your first time or you're a long time, whether it's an engagement, an anniversary, or just something because Blakeman's is going to make you feel like you nailed it, and that's because you did. That's the work they put in. It's not just about the jewelry. It's your story at Blakeman's, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Well, guys, there goes a plunge pool Thursday from Burton Pools and Spas.
It's Thursday.
I mean, if you've ever wanted a plunge pool, now's the time. Just go stand in that thing and let the heat just evaporate around you. Have a great Thursday. We'll do it again tomorrow.
Good vision enhances every part of your life, and that is why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. They have great doctors and staff that meets all your vision needs. I recently picked up a pair of new sunglasses, and the attention to detail and customer service was on another level. We all have preferences on the look of our shades, but checking out the different lenses helped me land the best pair I've ever had. And Doctors Betts and Mengarelli have helped numerous athletes get their best vision. Go see our friends at McDonald Eye Associates and see the best.
Summer may be the off-season for the Razorbacks, but it's the perfect season for the restaurant at Stonebreaker. Located in Fayetteville on Markham Hill, the restaurant at Stonebreaker features seasonal menus built around fresh Arkansas ingredients. Plus, enjoy inviting spaces to gather with friends and family. Whether you're stopping in for drinks at the bar, dinner on the screened porch, or relaxed evening in the parlor, you're sure to find something worth coming back for. This summer, pull up a chair on the hill. Visit StonebreakerHotel.com for more information. That's StonebreakerHotel.com.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their name.